Boys and girls, friends and fellow adventurers, Congaloosh! Welcome to Adventures in Charity 2015.
Sorry.
At this time, we are going to do some preparations for our fabulous entertainers. And by necessity, some of those preparations will involve having them out of the room. But to do this properly, there are some people here that have never been to the Adventurers Club. No, that's true. There are a few. Raise your hand if you've never been to the Adventurers Club. Several. There are at least 5 in this room that have not. And for the sake of those people, we need to do a new member induction ceremony. Now, the problem is, we can't do that with the Disney cast members. But fortunately, we have some regulars here that are almost Disney cast members. So, first of all, is there anyone, is Meriwether Pleasure in the room? Oh my goodness, look, it's Meriwether Pleasure coming out of the aisle. Let's give him a big hand. Meriwether, it's a great honor to have you here again, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. I would not miss the annual events.
All right. Well, let's get started, and I suppose we ought to get started by doing that little wave thing. You remember how it works?
Ah, yes. The Adventurers Club all-purpose greeting. Now, take your right hand. It's too early in the evening to not know which one that is. What was that? Place it just, well, above your navel. Anything lower would be a completely different salute. Give some fishy waves. Now, motion that we're all very accustomed to. Drinky. Hand to the heavens and say, Congaloosh! Congaloosh! Of course, Congaloosh is an all-purpose Adventurers Club greeting. It's like aloha. It means many things. Mean hello, Congaloosh. Goodbye, Congaloosh. Kiss me quick, the love is approaching the village, Congaloosh. Now remember, if you use this to identify other adventurers, and if someone does not return the salute, turn around and run. They're calling the police. So that is, of course, the all-purpose club salute.
Well, we actually would need more than that, though. Are they members of just a salute, or is more required?
Oh, of course. There's the club creed.
Oh,
down.
You know the club creed?
I hope so.
Does anyone out there know the club creed? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Right. Well, repeat after me. No, not that. No, not that. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, very weather. We climb the highest mountains.
We climb the highest mountains.
Just to get a better view.
Just to get a better view.
We plumb the deepest ocean.
We plumb the deepest ocean.
Because we're daring through and through.
Because we're daring through and through.
We cross the scorching deserts.
We cross the scorching deserts.
Martinis in our hands.
Martinis in our hands.
We ski the polar ice caps.
We ski the polar ice caps.
In tuxedo looking grand.
In tuxedo looking grand.
We are reckless, brave, and loyal.
We are reckless, brave, and loyal.
And valiant to the end.
And valiant to the end.
If you come in here a stranger.
If you come in here a stranger.
You will exit as a friend.
You will exit as a friend.
Congaloosh! And now...
Wait a minute. We can't. I know you want to do the Colonel's song, right?
Of course, Colonel. You're
Well,
the Gleemaster.
yes, I am the Colonel and the substitute Gleemaster, although I don't have one of those fancy fifth helmets. However, if we're going to do that right, we really need a pianist. Is there a pianist out here that knows the Adventurers Club theme song by any chance?
Yes.
Oh my God, we have a volunteer right up front.
Surprise.
Hank Machuga, tell you what, sneak over there to Jim Roberts' keyboard for a second. We won't tell him.
Very,
And maybe you can start us off very well.
Me?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right. Whenever you're ready. Drop your jaws out behind you. Drop yours, drop your jaws down below you.
Not that one.
Oh, that's the after party.
Exactly.
Gotcha. All right, we'll try
The all-purpose Adventures Club theme song.
How did I forget? All right, we'll try.
Very similarly. Go ahead, Hank, if you would.
Marching along, we're adventurers, singing the song of adventurers. Up or down, north, south, east, or west, and adventurers like this band.
Everybody sing.
Marching along, we're adventurers,
Singing the song.
singing the song of adventurers.
Up or down.
Up or down, north, south, east, or west, and adventurers, life is best.
Finished.
The adventurers, life is best.
How about a big hand for Merriweather Pleasure? As you know, Hank, you're so good on that keyboard. Where are you from, Hank?
Great state of New Jersey.
He's from the great state of New Jersey. How about a big hand for Hank? Hank, do you know, I always like to do something to start out the show before the real entertainers get here. Do you know you're nobody? Somebody look. That's right.
For the real entertainers.
Exactly. Well, give it to me. How about a G? Everybody's looking for some kind of great adventure, taking anything at hand. If you really want to be something, you'll discover something that you must understand. Just listen to this command. You're nobody till you met Amelia. You're no one till you've seen Hathaway Brown. You may be king, you may possess the world and all its gold, but you'll still laugh at Otis' friend, if I may be so bold. The world still is the same, you'll never change it. And I know we can't bring back our love. However, when you come to Adventures in Charity, I think you'll find something, friend, you'll love. Take it away, Hank. Adventures in Charity, I know you'll find something here. Yes, I know you'll find something here. You'll really find something here you'll love.
Hank on the keyboards, ladies and gentlemen.
Watching you, David Southman. You are dead to me. You are dead to me. All right. Hello, adventurers. Just so you know, you may refer to me as the Professor or Otis. Nothing other than that. Do we understand each other here? All right.
Party, party, party.
Shut up, you damn masks. All right. How are you today? How are you today, adventurers? So good to see all of you on this fine day. As for all of you who do not know, or may should know, I am club ichthyologist, Professor Otis. Congaloosh. And I would like to address something that we have as a bit of a problem here for the past 20 or so years. Our beloved Colonel, you all know how much he loves his gin and tonic. Well, after over 20 years, Adam Merriweather Pleasure has totaled up his bar tab, and allow me to say the U.S. government has nothing on the Colonel. It has reached beyond the six-figure mark. So Pleasure has decreed that he must pay his bar tab. He is holding his legs as collateral. For tonight, not only are we here for charity, we are also here tonight to raise money to help get the Colonel's legs back to him, pay off his bar tab. So I call this the first annual radio telethon to help pay off the Colonel's bar tabs, or as I also like to refer to it as, let my Colonel walk again. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment pleasure, Professor Otis will host an evening of fun and excitement broadcast out to the great 48 states of our country and parts of Canada and Mexico and all the ships at sea on our great radio station, WABV AM. I'll be joined by some of your favorite permanent members of the club and maybe some people who actually played them. I know. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight in the format of this radio broadcast telethon, we will be having a little Q&A session as well for each of the permanent members that'll be appearing here tonight. So start thinking of your questions now. All right. No pressure, but start thinking now. All right, well, before we do get started, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce two fine people that will be assisting me here tonight. First of all, in the back, ladies and gentlemen, we got the band back together for y'all tonight. Our own Dave the Sound Man, Mike Allison, is here tonight. You may or may not know, Fingers, our spirit in the keys, was always trying to find himself a body, and he found one tonight in the form of Mr. Jim Roberts right over here. How you been, Jim? Yeah? That's Jim. That's a fireball. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to get the event started tonight, I believe I should maybe perhaps tell you a little bit about myself in song. Fingers, if you please. I know all you want to know who I is because I just got here today. My hometown is a little town way down Dixie Way. Now, everybody down there from miles around, they all know me by my name. But now I'm up here in your big city, I sure wish you ought to do the same. Cause I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. I ought to see me do my stuff. I'm a clean-cut fella from Horner's Corner. I ought to see me strut. I'm a cable-cutting cutie, got a gal called Katie. She's a little heavy lady, and I call her baby. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. I ought to see me do my stuff. Yes, a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me do my stuff. I'm a peach white bubble from Pitchfork Prairie. Ought to see me strut. I'm a ding-dong daddy, got a whiz-bag mama. She's a Bear Creek baby and a whoop is skinny. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me do my stuff. Yes, a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me do my stuff. There's a dog there. Ought to see me strut. I'm a mama-loving man and I just let Mary. She's a big blonde baby from Peanut Prairie. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me do my stuff. Yes, a ring-a-ding daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me do my stuff. I'm a corn pone popper and an apple knocker. Ought to see me strut. I'm a honey-dripping man and a hard-hearted baby. She's a sheep-shaker Shiva and hallelujah. I'm a ding-dong daddy from Dumas. Ought to see me strut. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised I got all those words out, or at least some of them. What is going on here with these little doggies? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, good.
Since we're all here, PTSD psychiatric mobility is going to be donated to another person. Our own person about responsibility means not only do I train suicide prevention and elderly here in Orange County, right next door, I have my disaster communication. I do disaster response and disaster relief.
That's fantastic. All right. I do have to keep an eye all the time because we have a little bit of static in here. No, actually, I have reached out to the Colonel himself. He will be calling in just a few minutes. Don't leave. All right, but Dave Sawman, he'll let me know when that happens back there. Don't worry, he got the fish. Well, adventurers, it's, oh my goodness, now up here, the front part here, now what, you all are like what, the gold,
We're the Colonel level.
You're the Colonel level. Oh. Colonel VIP level. And who are those people back there? The theater seats. They don't even get a designation. Was that Junior Adventure? So it's it's peons, Junior Adventurer, Colonel Otis. As it should be. All right. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I thought that I could handle this on my own, and I was going to take care of the hosting duties on my own. But there is a little someone who had a problem with this. So it is my distinct displeasure to introduce to you. Coming through that door right now, I'm sure you can probably smell her. Ladies and gentlemen, their mama got here. You're going to need to wash your hands later. Gentlemen, it's Pamelia, if you didn't know.
It was I, Amelia, your club president. In radio land, and oh, thank you, dear. Is that for me?
No, that's
oh, all right. Okay. Okay, I had a
We're not going to talk about that right now. It's been a long 6 years, Pamelia.
I know. You missed me, haven't you, Otis?
Yes, and I keep trying.
Otis and I haven't seen each other in a long time. I've been in a sanitarium. It was lovely, wasn't it, Otis?
Yeah.
It was lovely. It was more like a spa. But I brought a couple of announcements out here. Oh, thank you. Is that Elvis?
Yes, that was. There was a. Oh, that's right. I forgot to say.
He was very handsome.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Information.
F1.
Oh, I got it. I'm not going to say this. But I would like to say that for the auctions that will be happening here tonight, those will be concluding before Act 2 begins. So if you want to get a silent auction in, make sure you do it during Act 1. But you should have done it already because we don't want you leaving during the show!
Otis, don't get so angry. Did you get your gold bond back?
I got so much gold bond in here right now I'm making paste.
What? Where do you want me to sit?
I want you to sing your damn song!
Oh, I get to sing my song?
Yeah!
Oh, hello, Land and to our lovely studio audience here at the Holiday Inn on 535. I know, it is. It's lovely. I've always wanted to play the Holiday Inn at 535. It's been a big dream of mine. I have to
You
say,
have on your back, haven't you? Yeah.
he is absolutely teasing me. He says those types of things out of frustration because he's only dreamt of me these last 7 years that I was in the sanitarium. And he's always been, he always dreams of me in my bathing togs. Yeah, they're very, very sexy. I highly recommend them, girls. Yeah, you gotta wear the bathing togs that are full coverage because it's more tantalizing to conceal than to reveal. So I wear the above the knee number. All right, where the hell was I? That's right. That's why I brought these objects out here for me. For those of you who remember way back in the day when we used to sing songs and things to raise money for the club and tonight for the Colonel, we all used to do songs. And tonight I decided that I would do a little tribute number to Otis because he hasn't seen me in so long. And this is a number that he used to do back in the club. And so I'm going to do my tribute to him. And as we all know, this is a lobster. So when I hold out lobster, you people are going to say, lobster. Okay, that's very good. I didn't hear anything from this side of the room. So I think they've seen this number before.
Good chance.
Well, the dogs don't know it, so we'll do it for them. Okay, so lobster. And then when
Follow your mama.
Yeah. They don't know me. Maybe I should turn around and bend over there. I was supposed to approach dogs from behind.
Oh.
I learned that in my wildlife seminar in South Africa. All right. Now, hey, I made it out alive by knowing that, people. Okay, so now when I hold this out, you say...
Black olive pizza.
No, it's not a black olive pizza. No. But I know that's what it looks like. But this is a very well-loved prop that was made for us way back in the day. And it's losing a little bit, but it's a flat fish. It's a flounder. It has its little eyes. And it's not a black olive pizza, but just say flounder. Flounder. Good, and? Lobster. And? Flounder. Good, okay, you got it. All right. Actually, I didn't rehearse this, so Lord knows what's coming out. All right.
Did I just have a stroke?
No, I didn't. It's not maybe glaucoma just set in. Okay. I was a cook. She was a waitress down by Salty Sam Seafood Cafe. Somewhere between the clam juice and the seaweed salad, some little shrimp just lured her away. Here we go, people. Oh, groupers. Groupers, pick it up, people. It's gonna be a long night. I kept my picture in her wallet. I wonder if she still carries mine in her perch. Oh. Is this thing on or you heard a herring? Here we go. Little lobster, ouch, dinner flounder. When I wrap this line around her and they come up to his car. Oh, lobster, dinner flounder. Octopus's facey and he'll only break her heart. Frankly, scallop, I don't think it's like
Hey, Dave, nothing yet? All right. You got a microphone right there. Pardon me. Can we not have it with the other things on? Okay, good.
You want me to shake? Oh,
No, there you go.
excellent. Thank you, Dave.
All right. Actually, I have a brand new fancy spancy Apple Watch, and it'll tell me when that call's coming in. I just realized that. All right, good. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, Pamelia right here. All right, now, Pamelia, I haven't seen you in about 6 years. So, are you all right?
Yes, no, I was just, this is a lovely upholstery.
Yeah, thank you. I had some small dogs murdered for that, yeah.
I haven't seen you in so long, Otis. You look so handsome.
Well, look at you buttering me up. What the hell do you want?
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen all my old friends, and I'm very excited to be here.
Absolutely. Now, what have you been doing besides the sanitarium for the past 6 years?
Well, I've been very busy. I was
Wait a minute, you got to stop right now because that call's coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a call coming in right now from Toronto, Canada.
Oh.
And,
Hello?
Colonel!
Hello?
Colonel! Can you hear me?
Is there an adventurer there I can speak with?
Yes, Colonel, it's me, Otis. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Professor. Colonel Critchlow Suchbench here. From the frozen north.
Well done, Colonel. I know you're on the land running from your immense bar tab, but how are things up there in Canada?
It's true, I am on the lam, and I must say, in Canada the lambs are rather unusual. The one I'm looking at now is about 8 feet tall, brown, with a rather large nose and a very impressive set of antlers.
I believe that might be a moose.
A what?
A moose.
A yakoose! Don't talk to me about that monster. I still haven't forgiven him.
Of course, Colonel. Well, we're doing our best to get you some money to help out your bar tab down here.
That would be wonderful. You know, it's a bit chilly up here, and without my legs, I don't have anywhere to put my woolens.
Of course, Colonel, of course.
I can't even drop my drawers.
The people here are loving that.
As I bet they would, the bunch of perverts.
Well, you know how they are in Florida. There's all sorts of crazy.
Sweaty, I imagine.
Yes, sweaty perverts. Yes.
Well, how's the fundraising going? How many pounds have you got?
Well, I'm about 200.
No, you ninny, pounds sterling.
Oh, right. Samantha's not here yet.
No, not that, no, for goodness sake. Oh dear. I dare say I must confess I let my bar tab get just a wee bit out of hand.
Just a bit, Colonel, but we're doing our best to pay it off for you. Now, Colonel, we do have a couple minutes, and I don't want to keep you on the line for too long, because I know you're calling from Canada, and you know how expensive that is. But now I understand there's a gentleman.
I'm charging it to the British government. Don't worry about it.
Excellent.
I'm back in one of Britain's colonies, and I've just written it all off.
Nice, good. But I was wondering if you could put that gentleman, Chris Trulson, on the phone.
Oh yes, he's sitting here sucking his thumb.
Oh, good.
Just a moment,
old habits never die.
I'll slap him with this mackerel and see what I can do. Hello?
Hey, Chris! Ladies and gentlemen, direct from Toronto, Canada, it's Chris Trulson on the phone right now. Ah, Chris, it's so good to hear your voice.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Excellent.
Please convey my greetings to everyone.
Oh, that's excellent. We do miss you down here, my friend. We miss your face. How are things going up in Canada for you?
Well, it's very nice. I have to say I like it.
Yeah. Now, how's your career going up there? You got anything you want to talk to us about?
It's been a mix, as you might imagine, but I've had some great exciting times off and on. I've worked at some of the big theaters in the country and played some pretty special roles, and helped to, this summer I helped to inaugurate an original musical by Alan Menken.
Oh, very nice. Can you tell us the title, or?
Yeah, it's called The Apprenticeship of Doody Kravitz. It's based on a classic novel that was made into a film that starred Richard Dreyfuss back in the 70s.
Oh, excellent. Is that having any opportunity to come down here in the States?
Well, I'm not the producer, but it was very successful when we did it this summer in Montreal, and you know, people say, well, gosh, there's a big, you know, Jewish population in Palm Beach. Maybe they'd like to see it. So who knows? There's hope for everyone. There's hope for, you know, an off-Broadway run. There's hope for a tour. There's hope for a revival. But none of that is up to me. I describe myself as just someone who's riding on the plane, waiting for permission to land somewhere.
Nice. Yeah, I understand that feeling.
That's what they used to tell me at the sanitarium.
Pamelia's here too, in case you can probably get the smell from there.
Hello!
Hello!
Hello, dear Christian. How are you, my old friend?
Well, I'm trying to make up for the absences of Canadians who have left.
Ah, well, good for you, dear. You know, it's a little easier for me down here than it is up there, and you're much closer to my mother.
That's a frightening thought.
Yeah, exactly.
I never pictured your having a mother, Camellia. I'm not sure why.
I always convinced that she was hatched.
Oh, yeah. Yes, well, yeah, the family folklore was mitosis. But no, my mother is up there in Canada in an entirely different sanitarium. And Chris Trulson knows a very good friend of mine, Graves. And Graves is, you know, up with my mother, looking after her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, being sanitary is important.
Yeah, always, and always accompanied with someone who has his own straitjacket.
Absolutely.
Always be prepared.
Yes. That's the adventurer's way.
Yes.
Bully. Well, Chris, I do not want to keep you on the phone because I know that is an exorbitant phone bill to be calling us all the way down here. But
My pleasure.
It is absolutely a delight to hear your voice, and may I say congaloosh to you?
And convolution, sorry I can't be there to hear all the fantastic entertainment.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, original and founding member Chris Trulson, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome. Love to hear your voice, man. Peace out.
Congaloosh.
Congaloosh. All right. See, I told you there's some surprises here. All right. What are you doing? I'm not done interviewing you yet. Get your butt back over there.
I like to close sit.
Yes, you do. All right. Now, Pamelia, does anybody have any questions here from the studio audience for Pamelia, or perhaps, you know, someone who looks like Pamelia? Just raise your hands up, and we'll call upon you. Or you can just stare blankly at us like you are right now.
They're afraid that
Okay, right over here. Oh, it's Hal. He woke up finally. Good. All right. All right, Hal, what do you got to say?
Are you doing anything locally?
Oh, how kind of you, Hal. You know, this past a season. I did a couple of shows at the Orlando Shakespeare Theater, but I wasn't really myself. I was playing a couple of different roles, but other than that, I really haven't been doing that much. I've decided to pursue a different type of line of work. I'm going into automotive repair. Because everyone, I have a nice wheel, and you spin the wheel of automotive misfortune, and whatever comes up, then that's the one that I'm learning how to do it. So far, I'm on tires and spark plugs.
You're on tires and spark plugs.
Yeah, because, back in the day, Hives, my chauffeur, I never drove myself.
Your chauffeur's Hives?
Hives,
Oh,
yeah. And it's a long, long story, but that's why most of the family sat in the back and Hives sat in the front. But anyway, he thought I had talent for mechanical things, which I really don't. But I decided to try something new, automotive repair. But thank you, Hal.
Excellent. All right. We got time for maybe one more, maybe two. Anybody got something? Just don't be shy. We're all up here for the same reason. If not, we'll be moving on here.
No one cares. All right, moving on.
No. We got a question right here in the front, and we got somebody over there. All right, we'll go here. We'll go there. Right here. Hank, go ahead.
Yes.
Amelia, what event was it that sparked their realization that they needed you so badly at the asylum?
Oh, sanitarium. Sanitarium. Well, actually, it was more of a time of personal reflection. I decided that after the club had closed and I was doing some other things that were very stressful, I decided to go and study yoga, the arts of the Tai Chi, and those types of things. And the sanitarium is a lovely place in Switzerland. It's in the Alps, which is more like Canada, so it's more close to the way I was as a child. I don't do well in the heat. Canadians don't do well in the heat in general. No.
I love seeing the Canadians come down here in July and they explode. I love that. It's a 21 Canadian salute. Very, very nice. They're buoyant people too.
Very buoyant and very brave. It doesn't matter if there's no snow on the ground, they're wearing shorts. And they say, I don't give a shit. I'm out there. Am I not allowed to say that?
Yeah, sure. Children, ask your parents on the way home. All right.
Do we have kids
We have a couple, don't worry. All right. We got one more over there. Go ahead.
Amelia, did you have a favorite skit, song, or show at the club?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
A compound question.
There were so many. There really were. But I do have to say, in all seriousness, that I have so many memories of little tiny funny things that happened as the nights would go on. And the most fun I really had, honestly, was with my fellow actors and performers when some funny little thing would happen during the night and we would carry it through the night, and those were always my most fondest memories, or something that would go horribly wrong,
Which was pretty much every night.
And it was always lovely. But I loved the Christmas show. I always loved that, really, I just had so much fun with doing all kinds of things, and everyone was wonderful. But the Christmas show was lovely.
Yeah.
It was lovely. The only thing I did, yeah.
I love the Halloween show too.
I never did the
I'm
Halloween
sorry,
show.
I mispronounced. The Halloween show. All right. Well, Pamelia, come and join me over here because it is now time. Down here too? That's on too. All right. I'm going to put this over here so that way we can bring up the next person up here. There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pamelia. I'm Otis, and we're going to continue on with the show here tonight. How you folks doing out there? You having a good time? Well, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing back there, Fireball? Okay, good. All right. Good.
He's still with us.
Yes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming on up here right now, about to regale us with a little bit of a number here. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Eric Pinder.
Good to see everyone. My mom isn't here, is she? No, my mom said, it's good to see everyone here tonight. What's supposed to happen now? I wasn't at rehearsal.
I know. You just gotta sing a damn song.
Oh, crap. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, aren't you in luck? No. Here's a song. I hope you like it. I don't. Fingers? I'll hold for the applause now. No, please, seriously. Spring is here. Spring is here. Life is Skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world is in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. They see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. The sun's shining bright, everything seems all right when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So it's Sunday or free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park. Ooh, and maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two while we poison the pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all with laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to the pigeons. It just takes a smidgen to poison the pigeons in the park.
Very nice.
I still hate birds.
That was you.
Goodness.
Get one of those. We'll share this. All right.
Next to her.
Well, just across from it. Here, give him your microphone so he can hear it. All right. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric Pinder.
Hello. I'm available for bar mitzvahs.
Yeah. All right.
And brisses.
Ooh, really?
You get a cut rate for the bris.
No!
Thank you. Good night.
Oh, wow. I didn't warm up first for that.
I did. We're older now.
Yes, we are. Woo! Woo! All right, I want to open up the floor. Anybody would like to ask Mr.
No, where are these people going to sit? Oh, you just meant to question. You didn't mean to open the floor. All right.
Open the floor. Oh, yes, we got right over here. Hi.
So I have to know, what is it that made you despise pigeons so much, aside from obvious reasons?
They are filthy, lice-ridden boys. The reason actually I picked that song, one, I love singing it, but it was a great song to sing as Otis because he had lost to Emil Bleehall in the evening and his enormous pigeon. So it was a nice way to use that song to tie it into the evening. So it wasn't like I just picked a song I wanted to sing. Even though I just picked a song I wanted to sing. It made it look like I cared.
Oh yeah, I see one over there. I see your hand up over there.
Over here. I understand that you're composing an opera based on hockey. How is that going?
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm not composing it. I am writing the words, so I'm writing the libretto. I still have to actually find a composer. I'm having a difficult time, actually, I'm not gonna lie, trying to decide which team wins. I have a lot invested, like, in writing it, so I don't know which team I would rather have win over the other team.
Are you picking an actual team? Are you using actual
No,
team?
I'm not using the NHL. I have to give them money.
Sure.
But,
Eric, who's gonna watch an opera about hockey?
well, me, clearly.
No, I know, but what's your audience going to be?
Well, a bunch of Canadians that have nothing better to do.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people in Manitoba, bitches. I'm a people person, God damn it. The opera is called Goli Dameron, by the way.
What's it called? I'm sorry?
Goli Dameron.
Oh, nice.
It's funny if you know opera.
Anybody? No.
I do actually, my favorite part of, I will say this, I've written the song of the lonely Zamboni driver. Is I think my favorite part. We break the action and then he just goes around and sings about all he does is drive in a circle, but nothing happens unless he's there. It's a really touching number. I touched myself, whatever.
Anybody else?
Please, God, no.
Please.
So, it's Goli Dameron. One of the songs, The Wing Cycle.
Well, actually, if you're on the left way, yeah, it's either that or Das Rinkgold. It's one of the two. I haven't figured out yet. Both of them are brilliant if you're dangerously overeducated. Well, I'm good for nothing else in this world. Thank you. I have no skills. I have a master's degree in theater. That just means I can wear really gay socks.
That was a good view for me.
I warmed up, Amelia.
I just threw them in my mouth. All right.
I'm wearing my thunderwear.
Oh, that was the shrimp. It just came back up again. All right. Yeah, all right. We got one more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Pinder. Thank you. You get out of here. All right.
I didn't make rehearsal. I don't have to stick around.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to go to the back of the house right now. I want to find out how the auctions are going out there. Anybody got any word on the auction? Anybody back there can run out and tell me. Go ahead.
We need more bids.
We need more bids.
But like during intermission would be great.
During intermission would be better, but
Yeah,
we do need more bids. Tell us a couple of the items out there that are tripping your trigger.
Can we ask you a question though? Well, the banners are amazing.
The banners. Yes, the two banners are amazing. They are fantastic.
And the motto, the "Come a stranger, leave a little stranger."
Yes,
motto.
and the club
the song,
the club
the
song.
all-purpose
Yeah.
Victor's Club theme song. Also, an amazing stock pot full of Italian food.
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there. A couple of escapology games.
Okay.
Tiki mug basket.
Tiki mug basket.
Nice variety, really.
Yes, there's an adventurous clock out there that I saw.
There is.
Very nice, very nice. Also, there's a set of Graves letters along with a napkin and match book from Lannis Bar and Grill with some parrot beating baby in 2 glasses that came out of my garage. So, if you want, we can sign them for you too, whoever gets the bid on that. If you don't have our signatures yet, which I know that last night, every one of you got them already, so. All right. Well, let's just don't forget about the auctions out there. That stuff's going on. And you know what, Billy? I never did ask you. What is your charity?
Oh, my charity is a Better Life Pet Rescue.
That's mine as well.
Yes, it's the same thing. It's true. I do love the dogs and the cats and the little furries because, you know, I never had any children. You know, I've never been married and I never had any children, so the pets.
Stop looking at me.
I'm just saying that, you know, I've never had any.
You have no.
No.
So you've drowned your need in a child in an animal.
Well, yes, no, well, I do, yes.
Okay. I am as well as performing for the Better Life Pet Rescue. It's a local charity, or a local rescue league rather, that is run by one of the fine actresses over at Disney Hollywood Studios, Miss Jody Chase. And yes, they do fantastic work finding homes for dogs and cats and other furries out there. I believe myself and Allison and a couple other people are using that as their charity as well tonight. So please, you know, it's a local charity with a good cause. So
Yeah, I was either going to do that or Jews for Jesus.
Oh, okay.
You took my bits! You took my bits! You took my bits!
No, wait a minute.
I didn't think that.
Okay. Well, speaking of bits.
I don't have to so I thought I'd go for broke.
I think you should. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this actually brings us up to our next person. Please put your hands together for the one, the only, you love him, you know him, Mr. J. Becker.
And if you think I'm talking like that, I'm not going to. All right. No.
If I can do this all damn night.
I'm not desperate. So one of my favorite things about the club was the hoopla because, thank you, because I was always on the search for new songs. In fact, just recently I found a song I've tagged all my friends in about. This would be a great hoopla song. It's too bad we don't have the club anymore. But one of my favorites was bringing a song from a singer-songwriter by the name of Jonathan Colton. Introduced to me by the fantastic Meghan Moroney and her friend Ryan Gelodi, who are the king and queen of all things geeky. And so this was a song I brought to the club, and so if you don't mind, the artist formerly known as Fingers. Last night I left a note on Laura's desk. I signed a love you, signed anonymous friend. Turns out she's smarter than I thought she was. She knows I wrote it, now the whole class does. And I'm all alone during couples skate. When she skates by with some guy on her lawn, oh no, I'll try to forget the look of pity on her face. When I'm living in a solar dome in a platform in space. Cause it's gonna be the future soon. I won't always be this way. When the things that make me weak and strange get engineered away. It's gonna be the future soon. Never see it quite so clear. When my heart is breaking, I just close my eyes. It's already here. I'll probably be some kind of scientist, building inventions in my space lab in space. I'll end world hunger, I'll make dolphins speak. Work through the daytime, spend my nights and weekends perfecting my warrior robot race. Building them one laser gun at a time. I'll do my best to teach them about life, what it's worth. I only hope I can keep them from destroying the earth. Cause it's gonna be the future soon. I won't always be this way. When the things that make me weak and strange get engineered away. It's gonna be the future soon. I can see it quite so clear. When my heart is breaking, I just close my eyes. It's already here on earth. They'll wonder as I piece by piece replace myself. These steel-head circuits will make me strong, but I'll still be so alone until Laura calls me home. I'll see her standing by the monorail. She looks the same except for bionic eyes. She lost the real ones in the robot war. I'll say I'm sorry, she'll say it's not your fault. Or is it? She'll eye me suspiciously. Hearing the whir of the servos inside, she'll scream and try to run, but there's no place you can hide. When a crazy cyborg wants to make you his robot bride. Cause it's gonna be the future soon. I won't always be this way. When the things that make me weak and strange get engineered away. It's gonna be the future soon. I won't always be this way. When I close my eyes, I just look and it's already here. Either that was lower when I first sang it, or my voice has gotten a lot deeper in the last 6 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, J. Becker! Let me open up the floor
talk to Mr. J. Becker here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got a question, start thinking of it, raise your hand up, we'll get to you. All the way in the back over there.
One of my favorite interpretations of the character in the club was when you played Fletcher. What made you decide to give him the Hindu accent and all?
We have about 2 weeks of rehearsal. The first week I was just having trouble getting a grasp on this character, and I was home trying different things, and I kind of flipped onto this East Indian accent. So I came to the director. I said, "Can I please try this? I think he's the perfect fish out of water character." And he said, "Well, as long as you can do it that's respectfully," and that was one of my things. I never wanted to be insulting to any cultures, and then justify the fact that I was clearly not East Indian. So that it kind of and it just was such a perfect fit, and I loved the way that Fletcher turned out. I mean, just that sort of, and I think it fit with the kind of character that Fletcher is. So it was just kind of that weekend where I was just struggling trying to find who my Fletcher was, and I got lucky to have a director. And one of the lucky things about the club is that we had directors and actors and stuff who were so supportive of these unique choices and individual choices. So that's how the night became so different based on which actor was there.
Somebody back, I see somebody waving at me.
Yeah, how do you feel about being mistaken for Eric Pinder?
I wish I had the talent in my little finger that man has in his nose. So. This is actually a huge thing. At Disney, Eric and I are constantly mistaken for each other and constantly get cast thinking that it's the other one. And so much so that a few years ago for the Fringe Festival, Eric wrote a show based where we were twins. And one of our catchphrases was, "My nose is much smaller." So,
that was a brilliant show.
Oh, thank you.
I loved it.
Yeah, Eric's a very talented writer as well as actor and comedian. So. While they're doing this, I'll mention my charity is the Starkey Hearing Foundation. Starkey is a hearing aid company, but they go to third world countries and provide hearing aids for children. And if you ever see a video of a child hearing for the first time, it'll make you weep. No, I'm not even joking. So my wife works for that company, and the CEO now doesn't even work there. He just spends his time going to the country. There's a subject of a documentary on maybe Lifetime, which about the work Starkey Hearing Foundation does. So that's my so.
And I'm sorry, I'm a bit remiss. I didn't allow Eric to plug his charity as well. Eric, I know you're back there.
A gang of dread.
Oh, okay, all right. Priorities. We'll get to you then on the next one, all right, Eric? All right, good. Another question for Jay. Did I see a hand go up? Jay, do you have anything you'd like to talk about that you got going on in town?
Actually, I have spent the last 4 years raising children, and it's been the best thing that's ever happened. Yeah. My wife had 2 kids, and I was there a little bit. So I have a daughter who's 3 named Miranda, and a boy named Daniel who just turned 1 a couple months ago. And I used to do a lot of theater in town, and I've kind of taken a break so I can be a dad, and it's the best job I've ever had.
So that answers the question that geeks can have sex.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I married a beautiful woman. So yeah. As we were mentioning before the show, the geeks have inherited the earth.
They have indeed.
That's the #1 films at the box office are because we love them. Yeah. So take that, Sheila.
Click on that, nerd. Those you don't know, Cling on That Nerd was something that Sugar Snap, Angela Napoleon, said to all of us nerds in the green room one night. We were all geeking out on stuff, and she looked at us and went, "Cling on that, nerd!" Yeah, that's been our battle. I saw a hand up, one more for Jay.
Over there.
What's that? Go ahead. Who's got? Go ahead. I can't see you. Did
Do you have a favorite character from your career?
At the club? Or just in general?
In general.
Oh, just in general? All my emails have Snoopy in them, and that was my nickname at the club because I played Snoopy in Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. One of my favorites. The Elephant Man, playing the lead role in The Elephant Man was amazing. And there's a play out there called Under Milkwood, which was one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever been lucky enough to be involved in. So those at the theater and at the club, man, it's hard. But I guess I have to fault the Fletcher because I felt it was something that I kind of created and made my own. You know, whereas Amel all sort of felt. I think we all had sort of an Amel that was in this certain box. But you know, Fletcher we could sort of create our own. I think, or you know. So that was I would have to say at the club, Fletcher was my favorite.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all. So good to see you.
All right, now, ladies, yes, Jay Becker. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that there were raffle tickets that were being sold for an opportunity to participate in the proceedings this evening. Woo! Woo! So I would like to draw one of those right now because it's time for a commercial for the adventurous cereal Jinkies. All right. Hal, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Hal, you're coming over here and you have a script. All right, I hope you can read. All right. Oh, shut up. All right. All right, Hal, your guest, okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a commercial for America's favorite cereal, Jinkies.
We love them.
Yeah. Hello, fellows and girls. It's your old pal Otis here to talk to you about everyone's favorite breakfast cereal, Jinkies.
Yay! Everybody loves Otis. Otis is the best.
You're right, kid. What a smart young man or woman you are.
This morning, Professor.
Well, little buckaroo, I'm here to tell you about the smart way to start your day with the adventurous cereal Jinkies.
Please impart your wisdom on me. I have so much to learn from someone as amazing as you, Professor.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you do. Where? The eye-opening 600 grams of sugar in each serving of Jinkies really wakes you up in a big way. Sugar is natural, so of course it's a breakfast that is good and good for you. Eat up, young man or woman.
Professor, I don't feel so good.
Shut up and finish your cereal, kid. And afterwards, you'll get your insulin shot. So remember, kids, start your day the adventurous way with all the minerals, vitamins, and sugar your body needs. And tell your mom you want Jinkies.
I want my mommy.
And remember, jump up for Jinkies. How, ladies and gentlemen?
That's
yours. Get out of here.
Oh, well done. Now I know why you didn't want me to help you with that commercial, Oaks.
Yeah.
How fabulous he made you look.
Yeah, you cracked my Da Vinci Code. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the proceedings going. Please put your hands together for the one, the only Miss Meghan Moroney.
I insist you refer to me by my new title, the Queen of the Nerds.
Queen of the Nerds.
Queen of the Nerds. It's been bestowed by Jay Becker, and I'm going with that for the rest of ever.
You should.
So always keep your head lower than mine.
I will never look you directly in the eyes.
Perfect. And if you could bring me little Loot Crate gifts of nerd tributes, I will take that at any given time.
That's a loop great.
It's all right, non-nerd. I want this so badly to be true. I want want to rule all the nerds.
You do, actually.
Yeah, you do.
Yes. At least until Graham Murphy's daughter grows up. Then I'm giving my crown to her.
No. Graham has already told me that he has figured out a way to stunt her growth. She's never growing up.
Perfect.
Because he doesn't want guys like Graham Murphy going after his daughter.
Fair enough. Now, Miss Perkins, as Otis may not know, when you would go on sabbatical, you often hired a wide variety of clones to take your place at the club.
I did.
We would come in, there was an entire army of non-Pamelia Pamelias, and you never would have known we were not actually Pamelia.
No. And each one was more gorgeous than the next.
It's amazing. We were all stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
And it was also amazing that, vocal changes never mattered.
Sometimes people could be from Adak, Alaska, and you would never, ever know that they were coming in.
Never, ever bothered you at all. You just never knew.
I was drunk most of the time.
So were we. But of course, all the way from Adak, lovely Pamelia clone number 1, 2, 3, 4.5, whatever. She enjoyed giving people life lessons, including the best way to become famous and quickly. So if you would be so kind, Fireball, let's get it started.
Scott became famous for freezing to death in Antarctica. Columbus made history for thinking some island was India. General Custer's a national hero for not knowing when to run. All of these people are famous, and they're also very dumb. History is made by stupid people. Clever people wouldn't even try. If you want your name in the history books, then do something dumb before you die. Nobility is famous for no reason. Mary Antoinette enjoyed her cake. It caused a revolution when she would not share, and her husband lost her head for that mistake. History is made by stupid people. Clever people wouldn't even try. If you want your name in the history books, then do something dumb before you die. Tally-ho, tally-ho, tally-ho. Our king and country's honor we must save. Tally-ho, tally-ho. We're marching into glory and the grave. The Hindenburg, it was a giant seedling. Her makers made a minor oversight. Before they filled her up with explosive gas, they should have fixed that no-smoking night. Why? 'Cause history is made by stupid people. Clever people wouldn't even try. If you want your name in the history books, just do something dumb before you die. Do something dumb before you die. Y'all do something dumb before you die.
Ladies and gentlemen, Meghan Moroney! Meghan, first things first, tell us a little bit about the charity you're performing for.
Much like the other two on this panel, I also am here for Better Life Pet Rescue. My cat, who is all that lives in my apartment besides me. Anyway, because I'm the queen of the nerds. So I live alone in a one-bedroom apartment with a cat because I am also a stereotype. Anyway. anyway, when I found that cat in the parking lot of Universal around Halloween Horror Nights time, quite a few years ago, because nerd, Jody helped me so much try and get her placed, which ultimately meant she stayed with me. But she helped me with all the medical and getting her checked out and getting the cat fixed, and it's just a wonderful way to help little furry creatures who don't necessarily have an advocate. So that is why that is my charity on behalf of my cat and all the other cats and dogs.
And if people can't neuter themselves, they should neuter their pets.
I'm okay with a 2-for-1 deal, you know.
I've been hoping for you to be neutered for years. I currently have 4 dogs and 4 cats in my abode right now, and all of them have been rescued.
All of them are rescues, and did any of them come through Better Life for you? I know I'm responsible for one of the cats.
Yeah, you are responsible for one of those cats. That cat has been living in our bedroom, and he won't come out.
Well, there you go.
My bedroom's a very exciting place.
Clearly.
You shut up! Shut up!
And Meghan, do you have anything? What is the past 6 years been like for you? Anything you'd like to talk about?
A whirlwind of excitement in a 1-bedroom apartment with a cat. No, I have been fortunate enough to do a lot of shows out of town. I call myself an I-95 actor because everywhere from New York and down south, I have a tendency to work at different theaters. I'm very lucky that way. Here in Orlando, I have bounced between the 2 major corporate theme parks. I still do some shows at Disney. Right now, my contract, where I am found most often, is in Diagon Alley at Universal. So I get to be a wizard for money. Nerd queen. There you go. So that works out very nicely.
And Meghan, I bet you know all the details when people come up and ask you all those Harry Potter questions. You probably know them all, don't you, Meghan?
I know very many of them, but I will say that the show that I do at Diagon, I don't ever interact with the audience. I speak to them, but I don't care if they answer me or not.
Which is the way it should be.
I thought you'd appreciate that, Otis.
They should be seen, not heard.
I like the people. I have to say I like the people. That's one of the things I don't like about Shakespeare and how I always get in trouble when I'm doing Shakespeare is I always stop doing Shakespeare and start talking to the people. And I keep saying it. Shakespeare invented the ad-lib, for Christ.
Is that one of the things you tell the people when you stop doing your lines? You're like, nobody get mad.
No, the people love it. I know the director hates it.
To be or not to be? What do you think about that, sir?
Shakespeare by committee sounds like a lot of fun.
You know, it's like entertaining. So I miss the people, so it's nice. Moving on!
Who's got something to ask Miss Meghan Moroney? She's got all kinds of, oh, right over here, yeah, go ahead.
From one fellow nerd to another, what is your favorite nerdy activity?
Every year, well, it is also the most expensive nerdy activity that I do. It is cosplay. I spend an inordinate amount of money on costumes and then go to Dragon Con every year. Which is somewhat humiliating when you admit it out loud, but I'm not going to stop doing it.
That's the first step of the sanitarium.
Exactly, in my 12-step process. So cosplay is the most nerdy activity that I do because cocaine is a cheaper hobby. Than cosplay. But
boy, don't I know.
So that is it, and congratulations, fellow nerd. What is your nerdiest hobby?
Right now, it's mostly gaming with my boyfriend. We're going to BlizzCon in November. He's going to be a Worgen and I'm going to be a Saber.
I would have thought it would be here. You're here now.
Saberon!
You're a Saberon?
Yes.
What the hell is that?
it's a werewolf and he's into felines. I'm so confused right now.
Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
Who's got another one for me? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead. Right here.
Oh, my queen.
Yes.
Who's your favorite doctor?
Alright, so I wear a lot of heels, you're not wrong. This is going to be an unpopular answer. Eccleston. Eccleston. Now the statement is always, you never forget your first doctor, A. And I remembered K9 and I remembered Sarah Jane, but none of the prior doctors had made... None of the other doctors had made a lasting impression on me. And then when the giant, we're going to try this franchise again, happened, that is when I started watching. So Eccleston was the first doctor I remember. And he's incredibly underrated because Tennant is so handsome. But Eccleston brought that level of danger and anger and broken and rage in one season. And I loved that. So Eccleston.
100% behind you on that. It's Eccleston for me, then it's Matt Smith.
Ooh.
And then Tennant, and I'm still out on Capaldi, I'm not sure.
I love Capaldi, I don't love his scripts. There we go. There we are. And Sheila is asleep. Sheila is asleep now.
I don't know what's going on. The audience member just gave you either an EpiPen or a vibrator.
This is a And a sonic screwdriver can't open anything, so you're not wrong.
Man, if I only had that when I was in high school. Oh, wait, I did. My life sucks.
I hope I've proved some nerd cred here tonight. I hope
One more for Megan, one more. Yes, right there.
What costumes did you use for Dragon Con?
Oh, my gosh.
You're just mad because I'm popular here. This year's Dragon Con, God, what did I bring this year? I brought Scarlet Loki because there was a run in Avengers where Loki took Scarlet Witch's dream form. So I wanted to cosplay Loki, but everybody cosplays Lady Loki. So I went for Scarlet Loki. Nobody got it, so there we go. So Scarlet Loki, what else did I bring? I've done Silver Age Catwoman. I've done Aurora from Alpha Flight. Oh, of course, Mallory Archer. She kind of is me, so I never think that I'm cosplaying her.
And I saw a great photo of you online. It was Sharon Carter, too.
Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Yes,
Peggy Carter.
exactly. Peggy.
Sorry, Sharon Carter's aged 13. It was, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, really. Sometimes niece, sometimes granddaughter. Either way, it's weird if she hooks up with Steve. Anyway, so yes, Peggy Carter. It's all right, I'm an adult. Your screams of nerd can't hurt me now. Unlike the beatings at PE when I was in grade school.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Meghan Moroney.
I will return your screwdriver, I promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Meghan Moroney. How are those auctions going back there? We going good back there?
We'll be doing better in the intermission.
Okay, so.
I think we should auction off Meghan.
Yeah, she's not mint in box though. Just gonna let that one sit for a second. How you doing, Jim? You all right? Okay, as well. Okay. Let's keep this cavalcade of stars going, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, please bring up to the stage one of my dear friends and one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Glenn Gover.
Thank you for that really rip-roaring, rousing round of applause. tell you how thrilled I am to be performing here tonight at the big hoopla.
Go ahead, tell us.
All right, I'm really thrilled to be performing here tonight at the big hoopla. Hoopla! It's good to get that off my chest. Ladies and gentlemen, I would at this time like to do a little number about a woman who is very near and dear to the male members of the club. A stripper down in Kissimmee. Fister. Lydia, oh Lydia, say have you met Lydia? Lydia the tattooed lady. She has eyes that men adore so, and a torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia the queen of tattoo. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it the wreck of the Hesperus too. And proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La, la, la. When her robes are unfurled, she will show you the world. If you step up and tell her where, for a dime you can see Kankakee or Perry or Washington crossing the Delaware. La, 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 la. Lydia, oh Lydia, say have you met Lydia? Lydia the tattooed lady. When she stands, the world grows littler. When she sits on Hitler. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen of them all. She once swept an admiral clear off his feet. The ships on her hips made his heart skip a beat. And now the old boy's in command of the fleet. For he went and married Lydia.
Gover's got your haunches. Fletcher. Yeah. Have a seat right there. Glenn. Yeah. What charity are you performing for?
I'm performing tonight for the Haven of Hope Ministries of Central Florida. They support people who are infected with HIV and AIDS, and also the people who in the community are in need of food and clothing, and they're very supportive to the people who need just provisions. Let's see, 1,300 families on a regular basis this past year on a regular basis would receive food baskets from the organization. They're a local organization, and they provide spiritual support and help for people who are looking for jobs, provide them with clothing for day work or for job interviews. And they're a small organization, and they can use every penny that you can help them out with. So, thanks for your time.
I know that you've been busy too over the past 6 years. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing. I know you've been split between theme parks and doing outside productions as well.
Yeah, I went for 9 months unemployed and just subbing at Disney, and then finally landed a contract at a pirate show at so I support Captain Jack Sparrow on a daily basis, but I've also been performing in town here at various theaters, and also in St. Pete and Tampa. That's pretty much my area of radius of travel if I'm going to stick with a contract. at Disney. So I have a show coming up in town. Come and see it. Mad Cow Theater, The Secret Garden. Playing in November and December. And then also, this spring coming up, I'm going to be doing the Fantastics at Winter Park Playhouse. If you're in town, come and support me.
What?
I'm the boy's father.
Oh, isn't it awesome to be now getting the parts of the father? I've been experiencing a little bit of that myself. It's like, oh crap, I'm no longer young dad anymore either.
It was a revelation going out on the auditioning tour department as their jobs were all let go back so sorrowfully. How many years has it been now? 9? 7? All right, 7 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a whole new revelation that what roles you were being asked to read for and which roles you were being told you weren't even being considered for. I remember one theater I went to audition for, I had done like roles in every show that they were doing that season. So I was like, oh yeah, well, this is a good place. I'm gonna go back. And the guy after my audition said, oh, you have a really nice voice. It's too bad we don't have anything that you're right for. And I was like, I've done every show you guys.
And that's why we drink.
See if I can get this right here. I got it. All right, let's open the floor. Somebody ask a question for Mr. Glenn Gover. Who's got a question for Glenn? Right here. I can't see crap here. Where? Go right over here.
What was it like coming to the Adventures Club as a performing venue compared to like other Disney venues?
Oh, it was quite exciting. I had previously done the street theater at Epcot, which many of us are veterans of.
Yeah, I know all
a few
about
of us that were at the club.
Yeah, kitties will step on time.
Rubbish.
And I was at the street theater at a point where it was going into a transitional period with management. And that's the thing at Disney. It all depends on who your manager is or who's over you or whatever, whether you're happy somewhere sometimes, because you could sometimes have the best managers in the world and they make your life a pleasure and it's fun to be there, and then 6 months later, everything changes and it's like, oh, now my life is turmoil. And I was in a tumultuous period when I was moved to Pleasure Island. I had a good friend who was in casting at that time, Russ Jordan, bless his soul.
No, you did not know Russ Jordan passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, he was a great guy.
Pancreatic cancer, wasn't it?
I think it was a liver thing.
Oh, it was a liver thing. You're right.
Russ was a great guy. He had a great...
He hired everyone on this stage right here.
Yeah. He had a great disposition. He was a great fan of actors, and he was an actor himself, so he came... I think he started at Hoopty-Doo, actually, and then moved up through the ranks to be the casting guy for a while out there before he moved on. I think he went over to overseas, right?
Yeah, he was in Tokyo for a few years.
Yeah, and he saved me, thank God, because he knew that things were bad for me at Epcot at that point and moved me over to Pleasure Island. And I was so grateful. Reed Jones was one of our show directors at that time, and we had just done what I used to call Holidays in Hell.
You and Lisa.
Good you! I'm a gnome. I originated Yule and Easton out at Epcot the first year they did, the first 2 years they did it actually. And why I call it Holidays in Hell was because we did the street theater, and back when the street theater was going at that time, it was just so much fun. I mean, hot as hell in the summertime, but we had this company that was, how many do you think it was when it was like fully
back in the day when it was we had multiple shows. We had Canada show, we had UK show, we had France, Italy, and for a little while Norway.
Yeah.
Were you there during the Norway time?
No, I missed Norway.
And there was like 26 cast members.
Yeah, it was this huge company of actors. So on any given day, you rotated through, this whole a company of people. Most venues were 3 at a time that were on, and then sometimes you crisscross shifts, so there'd be 6 in the room at the time, breaking backstage. But it was just so much fun, and everybody got along so well for the most part, you know. It's like any other place, you have a loser here and there.
Don't look at me!
Right here! I can still hear you!
We thought he left.
But we on any given week of performance, you do a day in the UK, you do a day in Canada, or usually you'd split France and Canada. You would do the afternoon, morning in France, and then go over to Canada to do their wonderful musical Canadian show that they did with the Canadian Brats. I don't know if any of you got to see it, but it was...
Is that? Just changed now. No, they were called the World Class Brass, actually.
Before that, they were the Maple Leaf Brass, and they only performed.
Okay.
They became world class.
They were World Class Brass, yes.
Well, they were a great bunch of guys.
Yeah.
There were like 5 guys that played the Mountains in the show, and you had the heroine, and you had the villain, and you had the Mountie, and it was just this cute little musical show. What a woman!
Yeah, that's it.
Faith Fenton.
She was Faith Fenton. You were Sophie. I was Sam Steele for a while. And then I was Sophie for a little while after you left. But yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
Great show. That was my first show at Disney Property too.
Yeah. So anyway, not to deviate from the subject, but that was when I was a Pantheon time at Epcot, because there was entertainment wherever you just couldn't walk without tripping over entertainment at that point. So aside from leaving, it was sad to leave that to come to the club, because it was such a wonderful time to perform there. But I was quite unhappy under the management there, and Russ knew it, and he moved me over to PI, and I was thrilled and very nervous, because I knew that the company I was coming into were also heralded as being the professionals of the Disney theme park, and but it was exciting, and I loved performing there, and I was very excited to get there, and I had the best time performing there. That was the best job in the world. You just show up every night and play with your friends.
we got time for another one here. Yeah, go ahead.
So, for those of us who live in Tampa Bay, what have we missed in our backyard?
Well, I used to perform at Guerrilla Theater a couple of times. I did The Woman in Black there. A wonderful 2-man show. I got to play like this whole bunch of 10 different roles in the show. So like different characters, so that was a bunch of fun. Did Shipwrecked there, same thing. I did a whole bunch of characters from that show. But I performed at Free Fall Theater. I did Man of La Mancha as Sancho. I did The Mikado as Coco. That was just so much fun. That was a blast. And I just finished Harvey out there last spring. And I did Laughter on the 23rd Floor at American Stage. And I did here in town as well. That was a blast. I could play the Mel Brooks part. It was just so much fun.
Another quick one. I saw another hand go up. All right, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious. On a given day, how did you know what role you would be doing, or what? How does that play out?
It was usually scheduled at least a week or two ahead of time, where you saw your schedule for the week, and they used to rotate it. Who was in charge of that? Usually the leads, or
It was usually at
manager?
PI was usually the stage manager.
The manager would just post up. He'd try to rotate everybody equally through the parts that you would play. So, you'd have like 2 Fletchers and a Graves in the week or something like that.
Yeah. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Glenn Gover. Thanks so much, Jenny. My friend, Glenn Gover. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a lady that I have had the pleasure of working with on numerous stages here at Disney. An immense talent. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Miss Marie Thompson. Huh?
introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Mary. There might be a few of you here that are thinking, who? I was the sub. I subbed Samantha Sterling. I loved playing Sam. She got to stand like this. My director at the time would always tell me, go out, take your stance, put your chest up. And I like my chest up. He was gay. He still is. But I just liked the way she had to stand, and she just took command, and his whole thing was you go in and you take command. And I remember the first day I went in, and I stood there and I went, hello, I'm Samantha Stevens. I'm not kidding you. I went, yeah, I know, right? Samantha Sterling. I said, Steven, you got it. And also, on the very first night, we had never, in my rehearsal process, gone over the yakus in the room. So at one point it was awkward. There were only like 4 people in the parlor, and I had already spent time with all of them. So I was just standing there for a moment in my stance, and the yaku starts talking.
Hey, Babylonia!
And I started talking.
Yo, Stoneface!
Wait, he's got more to say.
Let's get together
But
tonight
even-
and do something off the wall.
He wasn't yes-anding me. I was so furious. He kept talking over me, and I'm like, I went back to the room. That's what he kept doing, and I was furious. As an improviser, you learn to yes-and. You don't over-talk people. So I go back to the green room. I went, who was on the yakus? And they looked at me like, who was up there doing the yakus? And it was nobody. It's on a track. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, actually, I remember that. I was in the room when you asked that. You're so creative.
Thank you. My song for you tonight will be dedicated to all of you for being here. And we're going to make this up, because that's what I did across the way at the Comedy Warehouse, and every now and then I'd get pulled over to go to Adventurers Club, and it was always a joy. They were like my cousins, because we shared the same dressing room, and the best times in that dressing room, some of the best laughs. I remember one time, now don't get mad at me, Adventurers Club, but one of the guys in our cast said, thank you very much, everybody. If you like us, we're the Comedy Warehouse. If you don't like us, we're the Adventurers Club. Okay, it got a laugh, it got a laugh. However, when we went back to the green room going, hey, guess what they said? I thought that I would laugh too, right? No. No, they were so ticked off. I'm like, yeah, right, that was fun. I didn't say it, Steve did.
But we would make up rhymes like that over at the Adventures Club all the time.
It was meant to be funny. Okay, so, and it's done. We love them. I do. That's why I'm here. Okay, so, sir, would you give me a noun? A person, place, or thing? Anybody. Skyscraper. All right, and then who else yelled something out? Put skyscraper in a little phrase. Skyscraper cat. You just want cat in, don't you? All right. My cat named Skyscraper. That will be the song. I thought maybe one day I would get a dog. I thought maybe one day, maybe a groundhog. But one day it changed when a cat appeared at my door. A cat so cute, like one I had never seen before. I didn't realize that cats, they like to climb. Watching her climb around the apartment, oh, it was a bluff. She tended to stay on top of things. That little caper, that's why I named my cat Skyscraper. I never needed a litter box. She'd poop from on top of the wall. I'd have to run away when I start seeing it fall. Why didn't she just use the litter box like they usually do? I don't know, but my apartment was raining poo-poo. My cat, I never let her go. Well, I mean, she went, but I didn't let her go. Out the door because she'd never come down from the ceiling. But there was something about her, I could tell what she was feeling. Because when she was happy, she'd poo-poo. My little cat, the skyscraper, I'd lend her to you, but she won't come down. Not something she'll ever do. She's still living there. I know she's alive, because it's up to here. No one comes into my apartment. No, they won't dare, but I love my cat, the skyscraper. I love her. And one day, I'll get a number 2. Thank you.
Bring that over with you, Mary. Bring that over with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Thompson Hunt. Oh, excellent job, Mary. Excellent job. Now, Mary, tell us, past 7 years since the island is closed, Comedy Warehouse, Adventures Club, you were involved with both stages. What have you been doing since? Tell us.
Well, I went to a show called Slapstick, where we worked with Velcro that never worked.
It was called What's Your Problem,
Yes,
ma'am?
and we found out what the problem
Yeah,
was.
we sure did. It was a terrible show.
And I'll tell you what, whenever the Velcro really, it never worked.
Yeah.
And so they'd go out and buy us a little more, but they always got 3M because it worked better.
Yeah.
Sorry if you work for Velcro.
Yeah.
So anyway. And then after that, the American Idol experience. And now I'm subbing 3 shows. And I have a local project that I work on called From the Heart, capital A-R-T. It's a local show where Joshua Vickery and myself, we interview leaders of the arts in Orlando. We've had 24 so far. And it's kind of cool. I think the arts are really important because they bring us together, like tonight. I think they teach us about our lives, about being human. I think they teach us how to deal with emotions. And I think they do a lot for us, whether you're watching it or practicing it, it's important. So I love that project.
I think that also ties into your charity, too.
My charity is Central Florida Community Arts, thank you. Yes, Joshua Vickery started that, and it's he makes arts available, the organization makes arts available to everyone. If you can't afford a lesson, you can get one for free. They're only $30 at the most. If you can't play an instrument, want to, they'll provide you one. There's shows, I think they're doing Into the Woods now. They're great, they're just good people. So I love that they do a lot to help our community in that way. My biggest passion right now is pretty soon there's going to be a Creative City Project Orlando. And do you hear of it? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going. What it is? It's one night, October 17th. It's a Saturday night for 4 hours, just art all around from the Dr. Phillips Center up to Wall Street on Orange Avenue. And it will be, like Cirque du Soleil comes, and the man on stilts will come down from on top of the Morgan building on a crane, and the cast below. The Orlando Ballet dances while the Central Florida Community Orchestra plays. But then there's going to be a 1,000-person marching band, and there's going to be artists and painters and singers, and I have an experiential art going. Yeah, it's called the Art of Conversation, where we're going to have a big playground of conversation. Okay, you're not laughing. Hello.
I think they're visualizing the Cirque du Soleil and the marching band and a whole bunch of people in front of Morgan and Morgan while he's out there just dying for someone to fall down and hurt.
Then that's why you should come. And then visit the Art of Conversation, because it's going to be really cool. We're actually going to make it something very special, because I do believe that the words we choose reflect who we are. And I do believe that conversation has a way of changing the world, because everything you see right now and who we are because of the conversation. So when we choose our words more carefully, maybe the world can be a better place.
Let's open up the floor. Who's got something to ask Mary Thompson Hunt?
Not all at once.
Anybody? Yes, right over here, please.
So, this is probably not fair to you to even ask, but which would you like doing better, the club or the club?
Oh, the club or the club?
I guess what he means is the club or the club.
I can't compare them. But I loved, you know what I loved about doing Sam? I got to like sing, and there were there were lines. You know what I mean? Not a lot, but there were. And I loved that experience. I got to actually be in a show as opposed to one we were making up. And I love improvising. That's all I've really ever done. But I loved them both very much. I felt very fortunate that I could do both.
I saw another hand go up back there. I saw another hand go up. Go ahead. If I can't see it, all I got is this light in my face. Go ahead, folks. Yes, right here, Hank. Go ahead.
Boring questions, forgive me. You guys at Comedy Warehouse get a ton of information from the audience constantly. And I was always curious as to whether that information was memorized or did you have somebody writing it all on a blackboard so when you went out on stage and made up a song about the person based on the information that was fed, was it memorized or was it, you know?
Oh no, we made it up. If you've never seen the Comedy Warehouse, someone would answer the phone, and someone would be backstage writing down, like, from New Jersey, but just notes. I mean, obviously you're not writing down the whole thing, but we weren't writing the song. A lot of times you'd go out there just because you didn't have anything, you'd go first. Just go, all right, I'll go first.
Sometimes you just die.
Yes, you were there.
You'd write the notes down, and literally people would be standing back there going, I got something, and then you just go. I was only there for the year, but yeah, it scared the crap out of me.
You did a very good job, and I don't think you gave yourself credit. There was one time when someone would come back, if they had the interview, they go, is anybody doing, if we were doing a song about you, is anyone doing New Jersey? Yeah, I got it, or no, take it. Well, Mark came back and went, anyone doing whatever? And Jen went, I am. And because she figured he's so smart, he always comes up with funny things anyway. So she didn't have it, but she just said that. So 2 years later, she tells me this, and I laughed so hard. I'm like, you got to tell Mark. She's like, oh no, he'll kill me. She talked like that. She still does. And,
Yeah, that wasn't a put on, that was her voice.
and, oh no, he's gonna love that. You got to go tell him. So she told him. He got furious. He turned red. He was so mad at her. Oh, God.
Oh, and you're talking about Mark later. Yes, Mark has the most even temper of anyone I've ever met.
He and I were in the group where we made macaroni at the sanitarium.
Yes, sir.
In sanitarium.
We got time for one more for Mary. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, please.
Were you the voice of a bunch of the rides at Disney? The introduction?
For Illuminations, Reflections of Life, yes, I did that. For Epcot, I was their voice for 10.5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Yeah, that was me. And I go do them live between sets at Warehouse now.
I got to tell you, in the 6 years that I was at World Showcase Players, your voice is still there at times, and you would often interrupt our show, so thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mary Thompson, hi.
Nobody move. I dropped a contact lens.
Can I tell you how much we all love the acoustic? Yeah, well, I was being sarcastic. All right. Well, later, what we're going to draw, we got 2 more people to come up on stage, but I want to draw another name because we got another time for a commercial. So let's see who it is. Let's see. Sandra Soper. Woo! Sandra Soper. Come on up, Sandra.
I can't.
What?
I can't right now.
Bring Kevin. Bring Kevin.
What's that?
You can't?
You can't. Put her on hold for the next commercial.
Yeah, stall for the next.
She's indisposed.
She's indisposed.
She's
All right.
indisposed.
You know what? We'll wait for her to come back and we'll do it with her.
Next commercial.
Because I don't want to pull someone else out. I want her to achieve one fair and square.
All
so
right.
let's go ahead and bring up our next performer. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the funniest guys I think that's worked at Disney. He was such a delight to work with. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. John Connon.
You know what would be better is if you come up and help me out. Does this come out easy?
Really?
That's what he said.
What is your name? Lowell. Everyone say hi, Lowell. Hi, Lowell. Lowell, you're going to help me out, okay, doing my song. All right? It's very simple. Occasionally, I'm going to be singing, well, I will be singing a song, and occasionally I will point at you, and I will moo. And when I moo, I want you to lift Bessie way up into the sky, and I want you to spin around like you're a big old Dairy Queen. That's nice for Dairy Queen. Okay? And, the ladies kind of like it. If on your way around, you just give them something to look at. Okay? Okay. Are you ready? Fireball? For this one? Okay. It goes something like this. My daddy gave a calf to me for a Christmas present once. I picked a little heifer out because both of us were runts. She never had much sense, but she grew up all right somehow. Cause when it comes to giving milk, she's an educated cow. Moo! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. Gives more milk than any law allows. Keeps spinning in the morning, she gets pasteurized. At night she gets homogenized. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. Okay, I have something for all of you folks to do as well. Alright, when I point at Lowell and I moo, and he does that thing that he's doing, I want all of you folks to look up into the sky. Look up in the sky. And I want you to visualize a big, huge set of udders coming down from the ceiling. Okay, yeah. And right now, I want everybody to reach up and grab your udders. Reach up and grab a pair, all right? And then you can all start milking your cow. And it's kind of like, and you can make that noise too. Just like, okay, and so I'm gonna get ready and now sing the next verse, so you can stop doing that now. Okay. I took her to a county fair to try and win a prize. She knew just what was going on. I saw it in her eyes. The contest made her nervous. Oh, she tried so hard to please. Oh, when I tried to milk her, all I got was cottage cheese. No! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows, gives more milk than any law allows. In the morning she gets pasteurized, at night she gets homogenized. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. Key change, fireball! I'm gonna dance for a second. Till I remember the next verse. Planted pea and tater patch to try and earn some dough, to take a short vacation with these city folks I know. Nobody would milk that cow, no matter how hard I nag. So Lowell took my vacation, leaving me to hold the bag. No! Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows, gives more milk than any law allows. Shake it, Lowell! In the morning she gets pasteurized. Too much nice. Bessie the heifer, the queen of all the cows. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lowell and Mr. John Connon.
Thank you, Lowell. We need that back. All right, Lowell, you can have a seat. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Connon, right here.
Hello, everyone.
John, while you're here, tell us about your charity.
Well, I am doing the charity that everyone else is doing as well. It is Better Life Pet Rescue as well. I have 2 chihuahuas, or as my dear friend Don McFarr calls them, chihuahuas. Yes. She's here. And yes, I have 2 chihuahuas, and they're both rescues, and it's just, I think, the best thing to do for animals is to give them a forever home.
I have a chihuahua too.
I know, you have 2, right?
I do have 2 chihuahuas. Yes, he's the oldest chihuahua in the whole world.
The general.
Yeah, no, literally, he's 20 years old. Yeah, he's very
really?
old. Yeah,
20?
Yeah, he's 20, and he was also a rescue, yeah, so.
He comes around the corner, "Ooh, what are you doing in my house?"
Why are you visiting my woman? Get your hands off of her. He likes the shoes, doesn't he?
He loves shoes, yeah. Yes. He doesn't do that so much anymore.
Didn't he used to make love to the shoes?
Yeah, he always used to, yeah.
Not love.
No.
Dirty sex.
Yeah, but no.
His name is Don Juan, so why not?
Yeah, he came from Miami, tattooed and everything. I think he used to run drugs for Happy Meals. Back in the 80s, you know that documentary Cocaine Cowboys? Yeah, that's how old he is. Anyway,
Say hello to my little friend.
Say hello to my little friend, Pete. Yeah.
So, anybody with a question for Mr. John? Before we open up the floor there? You know, John, you've been doing a lot of stuff too. You've got stuff to promote as well, because I forgot. I'm being remiss in saying that. Because we just did something together too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We shot a Bright House commercial together, which will be airing on your local stations soon.
And parts of Chicago, Detroit, and other various
It's actually
cities.
really hilarious.
It's a pretty funny spot.
So I'm looking forward to that.
He's fun. He's hysterical. I'm just staring at him blankly.
Which is also very hilarious.
But go ahead, please, John. Tell us what's going on. Past 6 years, 7 years?
For the past 7 years. I sort of got tired of auditioning. I do get tired of auditioning for things, but I still do. So I choose to sort of create my own work and write stuff and write web content and having a lot of fun doing that. And I had a show at the Fringe. I don't know if anybody saw Massage à Trois. I wrote that and directed it. It was a lot of fun. And currently, I am doing with Jody Chase, who runs Better Life Pet Rescue. We are currently in Joe's New York City Bar, which is a really cool interactive show. It's set in a bar where you sort of sit with the characters and the actors, and you're just sort of like mingling with them, and the show is like happening around you. It's a very unique thing, like nobody's done that.
That will never work.
It'll never fly. But I actually do. When I first started to get into Joe's New York City Bar, I thought to myself, this is like the Adventurers Club, but like on crack. Because it's not like played for laughs. It's not cutesy and fun. It's pretty gritty. It is like a New York bar kind of experience, but it is completely improvised, it is completely interactive, and the show really revolves around the conversations that we're having with the patrons and the audience who come in. We're doing that for 3 more Sundays at St. Matthew's Tavern, which is on 1792 Mills, just south of Virginia, and check it out.
I have not had a chance to see it. I've heard amazing things about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're still over at Universal Studios, right?
I am still over at Universal Studios. I spent the past 8 years doing the Disaster Show, which sadly shut its doors about a month ago. I know, but that was a super fun. Thank you. Yeah, it was a super fun venue to be a part of. I loved it. I workshopped it, so I felt it was a very special thing for me to do, to be a part of.
You're still at Universal. You just opened a new show, didn't you?
I still am at Universal, yes. I opened the Sing It show, which is kind of like a a cappella battle show a la Pitch Perfect. We have a whole bunch of amazing singers, a cappella singers, who sort of spontaneously burst into song, and I play the referee who shows up out of nowhere to ref the sing-off between these two teams of a cappella singers. It's so kooky and bizarre and fun, and it's a blast.
Is that the one next to Finnegan's?
It is. It is the one next to
So people know what it is.
Thank you. Yes, it is. The one that's next to Finnegan's. Thank you.
They happen to be in a bar, I don't know why, but...
It's the only reference point other than opposite the Mummy.
Right. It is right opposite the Mummy. Yeah, 6 shows a day. So it's a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah. Tell to me.
How?
For those who didn't hear it, he wants to know how John came to the Adventurers Club.
I was one of those like super fortunate people to go in not knowing anything and to get cast, which was really fun. And I like jumped in and had no idea what to expect. I didn't know what the Adventurers Club was. I didn't know a lot about Disney at all. So to get that was, thank you so much. It was incredibly fortunate. And I had just moved into Orlando. I was working at Universal doing the Calm Ride. I was a spieler on the Calm Ride, and I had joined an improv troupe, and some of the guys from Comedy Warehouse would come and watch our improv troupe. And so they would, you know, stick around. Greg Triggs, he would stick around after, and he'd be like, "You should come and audition at Disney." And so I went ahead and did that, and then that was where they put me. It was Adventure Club.
And we were the better for it. Yes, please. Yes.
Obviously, lots of strange things happen when you combine ad-libbing with Trump.
Yes.
So, was there any particular night in your mind that you remember where you just kind of thought to yourself, what in the world just happened?
Where's my list?
Pretty much every night.
I have to say, it was the time when Pleasure Island did their New Year's Eve celebration, and the guests paid a flat rate, and they had all-you-can-drink alcohol. It was ugly.
I remember that night. I walked out of the backstage area and through the bathroom hallway there, and I was literally stepping over people as they were stepping over passed out bodies, and there was a guy actually vomiting out on the floor. And
Some lady peed in the Jinkies bucket.
And the Jinkies bucket. Yeah. I went back to do Diesel, and there was a woman squatting over the Jinkies bucket. I remember her looking up at me, and I went, "Len, what are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm looking for the bathroom." I'm like, "This isn't it!"
It was always just sort of a blast, you know, to not know what to expect. I had a guest one time insist that I was Jim Brewer, and I get that a lot. That people think, does anybody tell you look like Jim Brewer? And I'm like, every single day. People tell me that, but he really, really believed that I was Jim Brewer. Like, sat there and wouldn't believe that I wasn't. And I'm in my Amel costume. I'm in the Boy Scout uniform. I'm like, do you? Times are so tough after SNL that I'm working at the Adventurers Club. Yes, I am Jim Brewer. I am. Because that was the only thing he would believe. I was like, okay, whatever.
Is that Sean?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sean.
When's Half Baked 2 coming out?
What's that?
Half Baked Part 2. When you doing
Exactly.
that?
I'm not him.
Oh, Half Baked Part 2.
I thought he said half pig.
I did too. Half Baked Part 2. Anyone else for John? Yes, over here.
Did the actors ever go off script and get the others laughing so much?
No, never happened.
Sheila spent 20 minutes making fun of one of my pimples on my forehead. And we had a blast for 20 minutes. It was the best. It was the best.
I think one of my favorite, I made somebody crack up, and I was like, was we were doing the rhythm ritual up at the top of the thing, and it was Gay Days, which is the best time to work at the Adventurers Club ever, bar none. It was the best time to be walking around in a Boy Scout uniform. Thank you. But we were doing the rhythm ritual, and I used to do this bit where I had the washboard, and I would make a guest do the washboard on my stomach. Like, I would hold it here, and then my joke would be, I'm gonna let him make him play on my washboard abs. But I got this lady to do it, very masculine woman, to do that. And so she did the thing, and I just went, that was confusing for both of us. Across the rotunda there, I saw Andrea, and she lost it to the point that she was on the floor, laughing so hard. I felt
Look on the other woman's face. That's the meaning.
That made me feel really awesome.
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me, young man, I have a query.
Why does everyone keep calling me that?
Why don't you tell them the name of some of your web shows?
Yeah, I wrote a show called, I co-wrote a show called The Sex Trade, which is about, it is a body swap, a sort of a Freaky Friday body swap, but it's between a husband and a wife. Because I've never actually, of all the like body swap things that we've seen, we've never actually seen the husband and wife swap bodies. And it's sort of like they're been married for a long time, they're grown apart, they don't really know what's going on in each other's lives, and they think that the cure-all for that is to have a baby. So they go to a fertility doctor they arrange for a fertility doctor to come see them, and what he does to fix their marital problem is swap their bodies. So I have 6 episodes of that online available. I also co-did a thing called Gigi's Java Joints, with GG's Java Joints, and it's about a brother and sister who are running a coffee shop and all of these like crazy people that they interview for those jobs. And I'm currently working on one that's called This Is Why I'm Single, which is sort of like a straight guy's Sex and the City. We have a young lead who doesn't understand why he's single when my character is like announces out of the blue that he's getting married. So the whole series then becomes these horrible dates that the young lead is going on because he can't believe that he's single when his awful friend is getting married. And so that will be coming. That's in editing right now.
Excellent. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. John Connon! Sandra, are you here? Get your butt. All right, because it's time for a commercial. Oh, you're bringing a baby. Oh, man. Okay. Now it's way too damn cute. There you go. Can you read that? With the baby? Here, that show right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's another commercial for the adventure cereal, Jinkies. Hello again, fellows and girls. It's your old pal Otis here to tell you more about the adventurous cereal, Jinkies. Oh, look, kids, it's Marcel, the club's monkey butler. Sorry, Marcel, gorilla butler. Well, Marcel, I'm here enjoying a bowl of Jinkies. Would you like a bowl? Sure, Marcel. Jinkies are great for everyone. People, gorillas, even dogs. That's right, Marcel, just like Pamelia.
Oh, for God's sake.
You know, Marcel, Jinkies are full of protein and fiber. You'd be a fool not to eat them every day. Hang on. Yes, Marcel, just like Pamelia. And their beveled edges make them the perfect projectile weapons when fighting off the Zulus. Relax, Marcel, there's nothing to worry about when you start your day with Jinkies, the adventurous cereal. And remember, jump up for Jinkies! Sandra right here, ladies and gentlemen, and the little baby. You can have it. It's on my computer. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this next person coming up to the stage, she has no equal, ladies and gentlemen. She is one of the best. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Sheila Ward.
It started like 7, it is 9 o'clock. That woman had a baby. No lie, frankly, I saw she gave birth at the beginning of the act. The baby had amniotic fluid on its face right there. She has nursed that child, no lie. I was sitting over there, she has whipped that thing out 3 times and fed that baby. And are any of us surprised that Graham Murphy's sitting right behind him? Emily, I'm sitting there going, really, of all the places, Graham Murphy sits right behind the woman breastfeeding the baby. How old is that child? Did you just give birth out the Applebee's? Is that like, what happened there? In between appetizers, y'all did a little something, something, and then all of a sudden, 8 weeks old.
We've been sitting here that long.
I know! It was in utero when she walked in. I'm now the French maid, and I had a good 20 minutes planned, but like the end of the, no, don't, because I'm doing a minute, no. I had fresh lipstick when I walked in here. I had 2 working ovaries when I walked in. People talking about themselves on and on and on.
You'll get your chance.
No, I don't have anything to say. I'm doing a lot of that. I don't have anything to do. I'm not in any theater. I don't do jack squat.
Anybody have a straw?
Oh, I can play a straw. Shut it. Okay.
How are the puppies?
Do what? Just shout out whatever the hell you want. Seriously. What did you ask?
How are the puppies?
Are you talking about my breasts?
I mean, who doesn't?
Exactly. These big pachangas. Okay, I'm just one verse. I'll bring up the men and I'll do 5 minutes of inappropriate jokes. Here we go. Fireball, pack the ball, my cares and woes. Here I go, singing low. When somebody waits for me, sugar sweet and so is he. There's no one to love or understand me. Oh, what Harlem stories they all tell me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Can they come up here?
Absolutely.
Okay, I've got some gentlemen here. You stand right over there. Be careful of the stairs. Or you could own the Holiday Inn Sunspree if you trip and fall. Okay. Oh, you're a nerd. Okay. I want y'all to know you should be very proud of the fact that years ago, you remember, I went to that Comic-Con thing that was at the South Florida Fair. No, don't be that impressed. And it wasn't really, it was Comic-Con, but not really.
Megacon?
No, whatever it was at that Central Florida Fairground. And I met Johnny
FX.
Whitaker.
Yeah, FX.
I went to meet, no one cares, but I'm going to talk about me for about 2 seconds. I went to meet Johnny Whitaker. Did you know who he was? Because you're too young. See, how old are you?
34.
Oh, you're not that young. Okay. Usually it's 20-year-olds that dress like this. That's why I spoke. You're adorable. You're adorable. With your little grape soda thing. You can get closer to me. I don't bite. I've gone through the change. I'm not going to get pregnant. Come here. Come here. And your name?
Ryan.
Ryan. And Ryan, where are you from?
Claremont.
Claremont. Hotbed of fun in Claremont, isn't it? There's a citrus tower. There's my dick joke. Okay, all right. Okay, so what do you do? I just said the dealer. I know your mom is here. I think she knows what is. Okay. Ryan, what do you do for a living?
Beer salesman.
You're a beer salesman? Really? Like, yes. Like, where do you do that? Like, you're the one who delivers the beer and you go to different restaurants to find out what kind of beer we need? What's the deal?
Sell to stores.
Budweiser only to the convenient. The 7-Elevens are stocked because you bring the bud. Okay, all right. And your name?
Dave.
Dave, and you're here with your mom? There's 5 minutes of jokes there. Okay. What do you do for a living, Dave?
I work for Broward County Libraries Division.
I'm sorry, you work for the libraries?
Yes.
You're a head reference guy?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm the building know-it-all.
Nice. Did you go to school for this?
Yeah, Florida State University.
Oh, the junior college. Okay, get close. We're gonna face the same way. Face the same way, Mr. Know-it-all. Okay. Get really close. Get really close. Get really close. Oh, I can feel your Dewey Decimal. Is that a hardback book? I haven't been smutty in a really long time. I just want you to know. Seriously. Let's try this way. Get really close. Wow! You've got a bud in your pants.
It's a long neck.
Full six-pack in there. Left, right. FSU, see there? The gator would have gotten that in a heartbeat. Left, right. Let's go this way, Ryan. Let's start this way. What? Oh, I just got the first base of the librarian. Did you see that? I grabbed a hold of my pages and wanted to turn them. Right, left.
By the time he gets that, we'll be here for all week.
Okay, I'll follow you. Go. Like a bomb, like Paris Rose. Here I go, singing low. Yeah. Switch. When somebody. Good night, everybody. Give a round of applause. What are the stories they all had?
Pinder. That's only the second time. Never mind.
But you've seen Eric Pinder? What?
Well, never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Quickly.
Hey, ladies, Sheila, do you want to talk about your charity?
The Lymphoma and Leukemia Society. I've chosen this because I've been affected by it in my life. My dad died from myelodysplasia, which falls under the Leukemia Society. My mother has been in remission for 10 years. We never referred to y'all as fans, because I think that's more narcissistic. Fans of ours. They were regulars. The folks that we saw night after night that meant the world to us and supported us so much. So we've lost a few of regulars through the years to lymphoma. So that's why I chose that charity, because it's a charity that's affected me in my life. So, and the more money you give, the more research, and you can keep staying in remission and hopefully curing. We know Paul Vogt's fighting it now, and he's in remission. So there's quite a few people that we know that are fighting that battle. So thank you.
And I know that you've been very busy for the past 7 years.
Yes, I was very blessed and fortunate to move to a role the day after Pleasure Island closed at the Disney Event Group. So as Allison, Miss Perkins called it, hilarious. A few weeks back I ran into her and she called it being a corporate clown. So all of my... You didn't say I was. You didn't say I was. You didn't say, oh, Sheila, you're a corporate client. But I do, it's all corporate clients at Disney. So actually this week, my 5-day-a-week job is site visits. So companies come to Disney to cite Disney for future conventions. So this is not even a joke, and I shouldn't because we have a baby in here, but Wednesday I'll be doing a site for the Shaken Baby Syndrome Association. So I'll do research on it, and they might choose Disney years from now. So I do site visits, and but anyway, that's what
but let's all say that because of the work that you have done, you have brought in millions of dollars of corporate clients. Yes, you have. And she's Disney royalty right there.
Absolutely.
No, she is.
I mean, honestly, and I know, Sheila, you're being humble about it, and I appreciate that, but Sheila, because of the work that you do at the Disney Event Group, you keep so many actors employed at the Disney company.
With all these corporate clients and Disney's trying to for an entire week, and they try and, you know, sell them and sell them and sell them. And this is the big gun people. This is the woman. No, I'm not kidding. This is the woman who comes in, and they will tell her. She'll walk into her office, and they'll say, "Oh, where are they from? Why are they here? What do they sell? You know, whatever." In 5 minutes, and she's in there with her, just herself. And next thing you know, exactly, you know, doing what it takes. And you know, and I have to say that this girl here, and I know we all want to take a break because I have to go potty, and I'm wearing control top pantyhose, which is not a good thing for anybody. But anyhow,
My spanks are bulging right now.
yeah. But if it wasn't for this girl right here gave me more joy and taught me more about performing than anybody.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
That shut the professor up.
I was not that lucky, I suppose.
Well, that was when she took us to the fancy Ritz-Carlton spa, and Mindy and I were in the Vichy shower by ourselves because we only had 5 minutes. Remember, we were trying to get. It's a long damn story. Okay.
But I do want to give the opportunity. Let's do a couple of questions, and then we are going to need to take a break. We have a couple of bit of business here, but please, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question for Sheila, please put your hand up in the air. Over there, go for it, please.
Jay and Eric touched on this earlier, and I remember you used to do a song by Cole Porter, it obscured the Physician song. How did the songs get chosen? Or how were they chosen? I mean, did you suggest?
No, that song I never, no. That song, the show director chose that song. I believe that was Reed Jones's tenure at the time, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right with that.
Yeah.
I was a little bit from my time.
Yeah, so that song, the Samantha songs were chosen. And we didn't touch on the fact when Chris Trulson called in, he's the one who wrote Drop Your Drawers, he's the one who wrote Adventure Keeps Calling My Name. He wrote quite a few songs, which now Disney owns. But yeah, so he wrote, but that was, Cole Porter, and that was chosen for us.
But Tom Lehrer poisoning pigeons in the
Well, okay.
That was Eric's, yeah.
The hoopla. For the most part, those songs we chose. We came in with them.
And they had to be approved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Process.
And there were some nights when they weren't approved and we didn't know where they were going to go, and you just were like, that was inappropriate, but fun at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
Going back to the beginning, I always get the tale that they just have to get you.
That's not true. But thank you. No, I remember that from the very first Convolution that y'all did, and a story came up then, and that wasn't, and I just sat in the audience going, no, that wasn't true. I was down at the adventure at Zephyr Rock and Roller Drome, because I opened Pleasure Island as the swing for the island, and Donna Charles went out on injury and was supposed to be out for 3 weeks, and she was out for months with a knee, so I came in and replaced her. So that wasn't, they didn't need, no. They got me and they were stuck with me, but they didn't go like, we've got to have her. I was the time pilot, I was the earthling friend of the alien man, the time pilot, so that's what I was doing, so.
Oh my God, you're a nerd too!
No.
Zappy hour.
No, I'm not a nerd. I went to senior prom. No. I went to fraternity houses and made out with strangers.
Kirby with his little terry claw shorts.
Oh, Kirby, my high school boyfriend.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress. These huge microphones are hilarious.
I'm orange.
I feel like I want to sit with all of you people right now.
So, quick one-liner. If I were to ask you the most embarrassing profession that anyone ever shouted out when you asked them what they did for a living, first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, golly, I remember, oh, golly.
Hey, Sheila, how about quitting smelling gas? Remember that one?
No, see, that's horrible. You folks remember it more than I do, and I wish I tell young people now that come to Disney as performers, I'm like, journal this stuff. Journal your most embarrassing moment. Journal, because people will ask this the rest of your life. What was your most embarrassing moment? What was your favorite moment? Because like one that comes to mind, I met a couple. I pulled a man up out of the audience, and Samantha Sterling, and he had a Polish dialect. And I said, where are you from? Poland. Okay, how did you meet your wife? He said at camp. And I'm thinking like, I'm not being funny, but my mind went to, oh, did you make God's eyes and candles? I mean, I was thinking summer camp, and he had met his wife at a concentration camp, and it was like the most unbelievable. I mean, he was so sweet, and she was in the audience, so that's a fond memory. Yeah, I don't remember. Sadly, I could take
Yeah, but you handled that like a champ.
But it was not at first when I was like, really, what crafts did you make?
No.
I really knew my history.
No, you did. You handled it like a champ because it was one of those horrible things where everyone in the audience, and me and Jennifer, and Jennifer was doing swastikas in the air. And what you did to them when the realization came over, I remember you just went. And the crowd loved it. You can't. No, you can't. And the crowd loved it, and you went on, and it was brilliant. It was wonderful.
Thank you. But it's time for people to go potty.
Yeah, let's go potty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about Sheila Ward right here? Wait, okay. Jay, what's up?
Sheila, now that Marvel has Spider-Man, how do you think that's going to affect the Marvel
Wait, no, which reboot do you want then? Twin Peaks or X-Files?
I'm a Twin Peaks person, and I actually liked the first Iron Man. I slept through Thor. I slept through the second Iron Man. I slept through the third Iron Man. The first Iron Man, I bought a T-shirt.
You and I saw it together with your husband and my wife.
Yes, we sure did.
We
And I
double
stayed awake
dated.
through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I have a nerd in me, and his name is Karl.
Going on that, nerd.
Sheila Ward, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit of business before we get a break here. I do want to remind people that the auction is outside. Also, remember the centerpieces. We have centerpieces at the tables up here towards the front. They will be on sale during this intermission for $10. $10 for a centerpiece. So keep that in mind. They're beautiful centerpieces designed by Emily Murphy right over here. Yeah. But please, Rob, take it away.
This thing on? No. Folks, three quick things. First, these chips that you have got in the style of Otis T. Wren and stuffing the ballot box, you can in fact buy more of them if there's a charity you really want to help out. They're another $5 a piece. But your chip is good. You take it to the very back of the room, place it inside the charity tube that you like best, and then we'll count them up close to the end of the show. Second, raffle is split the pot. It should be a pretty good sized pot by now, but buy raffle tickets and help support these charities. Finally, folks, as has been pointed out, the centerpieces are for sale for $10, and you can do, if there more than one person wants it at your table, do rock, paper, scissors, or maybe go to the next one.
So, and these usually retail for $14 or up, and we are offering them to you for a small donation of $10. It was neglected at the beginning. If you have the centerpiece with the rambunctious fish, it has a silent mode. There's a little on-off switch on the back. So now that we're at halftime, if you've been annoyed by your clanking fish, I'm sorry. They were charming, aren't they? Aren't they charming before we started the show? Yeah. So in the quiet times, if your little clattering fish were problematic, you can reach around the back and turn them off. If you have the other kind that are shaped like a little diving bell, those plug in. And I have the outlet application for it. So when you come to me in the lobby and give me your $10 donation, I will give you the box and the little plug-in thingamabobber. And so those little dolphins and fishies, they go around. So it's better than how it is just here on your table. So please give us your donation. We will do good things with it. And those jellyfish are handmade by me, and they're one-of-a-kind artist originals. So those too.
All right, let's go potty in the words of Allison. Not in the Jinkies bucket.
All right, adventurers. For those of you out in the lobby, come on in. We are just about to get started back again, but first things first, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do a traditional hoopla. Indeed, but first things first, I would like to bring back Mr. Eric Pinder. Come on up here, Eric. And his little friend. Okay, go. Eric, I did not allow you the opportunity to talk about your charity.
No, thank you. I'm actually this year, normally I do the Better Life Pet Rescue, but this year I'm actually going and trying to raise money for the Zebra Coalition, which is a very important thing in town. I was very fortunate to have parents that allowed me to be ridiculous and watch Cole Porter movies. Some kids aren't as lucky. Also, I didn't come out to my parents until I was in college and out of their house, so it's a lot easier. But there are kids that come out and are kicked out of their house. And the Zebra Coalition basically finds a place for them to live, gets underage kids who have been kicked out of their house for being different together, provides them meals, clothing, that sort of thing. It's very important, and every dollar helps. This right here, by the way, you may remember our friend Crappy. No, I'm not. Yeah. Those of you may remember Slappy, our old friend, who is supposed to be in Trader Joe's. No, that is the fake Slappy. The real Slappy does not have shoes, people. If you see a Slappy with shoes, it's not Slappy. Right. That's all I have to say.
Yes, the one at Trader Sam's is not the real Slappy. Oh, relax. Yeah, that's right. So y'all can suck it. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, thank you all for coming here tonight. We so appreciate you all keeping the club alive. Truly do. I think that's all that needs to be said about that, ladies and gentlemen. Is everyone back from the lobby?
The dogs are.
The dogs are here, so that must mean we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we couldn't start hoopla without one particular person. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out Miss Sheila Ward.
All right, it's a hoopla. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna sing some songs. We've got Fireball over here. Fireball! Yeah. I love to go wandering along the mountain path, and when I go, I love to sing with a man strapped on my back. Down a ring, down a ring, down a rock, down a rock, down a ring, down a ring, down a rock, down a ring, down a ring, down a rock, down a rock, a man strapped on my back. All right, now I think, as in most Disney shows, there needs to be a competition. Yeah, we're gonna have us a competition. So let me see. I could lead the competition, but I don't want to lead the competition. So during the intermission, we had a gentleman join us. Where's Tim Goodwin? I told him he's got a yes and. He's all the way in the back? All the way in the back. I will share as he, and we can go ahead, Graham Murphy could be standing on the, getting ready to come up here too, because let me tell you, to share insider information, what you're about to see here, Graham Murphy did once as an improvised moment in the hoopla, where all of us just sat there like, oh my gosh. It was so over the line and so brilliant all at the same time that to this day, when I tell people about the Adventurers Club and my years at the Adventurers Club and the things that we got away with, I tell the Graham Murphy story. And I tell the story of Graham doing what you're about to see, and all of us had to just sit there like, yes, Hathaway, yes! And we had to support it so that it wouldn't look like we were giving up everything, but it was brilliant. So Who wants, you want the A side? Let's get, what? Hold on.
I did the A side, and he trumped me with the B side.
Okay, so then, Brown, let's do this, Brown. Divide the room, and this is the A's, and that's the B's, and you go.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this side over, we're the A's. Let's hear it for the A's! All right, we're the A's. We're filled of anidity and anus. So let's show them our anus! Valderie! Valdera! Valderie! Valdera! The anus!
Well, you think you're so good. You think you're so good just because you have all your anuses over there. Well, on this side, this is the better side because this is the B side, right, everybody? That's right. We are the B's. We may come after the A's, but we're the B's, and we're proud of our Venus. And like, we're so proud of our Venus that we're gonna whip our Venus out and show it off for everybody to see. Come on, everybody, show everybody how proud you are of your Venus. All right.
It's a Holiday Inn microphone. It's not a just. So, am I touching your Venus right now? I didn't realize it was so. So I believe too you had said either one of you said bring the anus and the Venus, and the anus and the Venus will come together.
If just relax.
Oh, I feel dirty, as always. Come on, let's come together. Here we go. Valerie, 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 my knapsack on my back. Give it up for Fireball, Graham Murphy, Tim Goodwin at the hoopla. Because of that one bit, that could be why the club closed. All right, who's up next? Who's up next? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the professor.
Hello, everybody. So nice to be. Look at this. I'm drinking a convolution. I'm singing the hoopla. Never had this at the club. All right, adventurers. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to the holiday of Christmas. You see, there's one Christmas holiday character. There's one Christmas holiday character.
What is he saying?
You shut up! I will one-arm push-up you right here, I swear to God. There is one. I can't do this at the damn bird show, all right? I gotta run around and go, oh, it's a scary bird. What's next? Oh. But I appreciate that job if it was. So there's one Christmas that does not get the respect that it truly deserves. And I would like to sing about this character right now. You know, you can't be a tough guy and drink out of a straw. It doesn't work. Be like, you know what? If you don't shut up, I'm gonna kick you right in the butt. But first, they call me frosty, I'm made from snow. A pair of shades, a carrot nose. I come alive, you know it's sad. When some brat put this hat on my head, they call me Frosty. I'm full of hell. I ain't no myth, no fairy tale. I ain't scared of nothing. Got ice in my veins. And when the sun comes up, I'm gonna drip, 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 drip down the drain. Fa la 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 la. Fa la la la. Yeah, yeah. My daddy's a glacier, my mama's a lake. My sister's a snow cone, my brother's a flake. I'm made out of snow, I do as I please. I never stop when the cob hollers freeze. They call me Frosty, I'm full of hell. I ain't no myth, no fairy tale. I ain't scared of nothing, got ice in my veins. And when the sun come up, I'm gonna drip, 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 drip down the drain. La 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 la, la 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 la. Yeah, yeah. You see that puddle? Hey, what a bummer. Too bad old Frosty can't make it through summer. So please, Mr. Santa, don't you be a teaser. All I want for Christmas is a great big freezer. Keep me frosty. I want to sleet. The temperature drops. I hang on the beach. But then there's one thing that's such a pain. Oh, when the sun comes up, I'm gonna drip, 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 drip down the drain. Oh, Frosty, I'm full of hell. I ain't no myth, no fairy tale. I ain't scared of nothing. Got ice in my veins. So when the sun comes up, I'm gonna drip, 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 drip down. Drip, 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 drip down. Drip, 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 drip down the drain. Fa la 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 la. That, of course, was an original song by Mr. Haywood Banks. And that right there is Jim Roberts. Oh, I know who's next. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my partner in crime for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my bestest friends ever. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the lovely and talented Miss Allison DeCaro. Bad little sister, that's what she is.
Thank you. Oh, so give me some sugar. There you go. He loves it. All right, here we go.
Drink your frou-frou drink. You shut up.
It's weird because normally we have the lights. You know, the lights are so strange. I can't see anybody's face or anything. And I usually love the. Oh, golly. What the? Now I'm at a rain. Boy, that show is great. That girl got a seizure at the end. She went on for 20 minutes before we even knew what the hell was going on. The only person that figured it out was the damn service dog. Trying to call 911. Okay. I bet he can. He's smarter than I am, I'll tell you that. She, of course she is. Of course she is. I should know that. It's like looking into a mirror. Anyhow, hello, fingers. How like mittens, knuckles, oven glove. What do we call it? Catcher's mitt. Oh, fireball. All right. I think we'll do. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'll think this. What's that? Well, I think we should bring a little S.E.A. back into the room. Don't you think?
Everybody run!
This is silly. It's silly. No, I decided that because, you know, it's been a long time and I don't really get to perform very much. And so I want to, you know, kind of put it out there, you know? Because I don't get to do it that often, so why not? Put it out there. So if you could give me a little bit of music back there, thingy. Oh, yeah. That's hot. Warming up! Wearing my control top pantyhose. Queen size hosiery. If I stop doing this, yeah, it's still moving. You fellas on the sides better watch, because my arm fat might knock you into the Ramada end next to you. Whatever the hell's next door. What is it? Applebee's? Ramada? Something like that. 7-Eleven! That's even better. You know, I don't do this as well as I used to. Okay, here we go. We've got to go back to 2 feet now. Okay, here we go. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. I know you're stunned, aren't you? You're stunned. You've never seen this song before? You've never heard this song before? Do you know where you are? He thinks he's at a different convention. Okay. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm there was a... Now, you know how this song goes, right? Now, you're going to give me something that makes noise. Okay, it's a wacky, zany farm, really, here at the Holiday Inn. So make whatever kind of noise you want. Oh, look, how cute. It's a male. Oh, the mailers... Don't get it. All right, okay. Oh, you're the mailman. Oh, how cute. Oh, and she's getting delivered. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, what do you have on the farm that makes noise?
Sheep.
You have sheep, of course you do. Of course you do. It's a New Zealand farm. Okay, now what sound... This is so sad. I'm completely winded. Yoga, and I'm still very flabby, and I can't catch my damn breath. Okay, a sheep on the farm, and what noise does it make? Okay. I know it's been a long night. You've been sitting here a while, so you know we'll just keep wake up. Okay, here we go. And on this farm there was a sheep. E-I-E-I-O with does it take him this long to warm up? I mean, really. Old MacDonald. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm there was I'm coming over here to Hat Guy. He's wearing his little happy birthday Tony button. Is it your 21st birthday?
A few days ago.
A few days ago. Happy birthday. What day was it?
Wednesday.
That's my birthday too. September 30th. He could be my son.
If the man had been anywhere near you, yes.
Get back in your chair. It wasn't that.
I'm guessing more like grandson.
Really good. He could be my son. September 30th. Isn't that exciting? All right. Now, what do you have on the farm that makes noise?
Duck.
A duck. Excellent, nice, good, sensible little bird on the farm. Now, what sound does your duck make? I don't know where that came from, but that duck is packing heat. And the noise it makes is... Wow! That was reverb. That was powerful stuff, wasn't it, Tony?
That duck's stuck in a well somewhere.
Someone get Lassie. Help that duck out. Okay, here we go. And on this farm there was a duck. E-I-E-I-O with a... Quack, quack. Here and a... Quack, quack. And a... Quack, quack. Quack, quack. It's not that easy, is it? What? He said, I didn't know how many times you wanted me to go. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. Just hang there like a juicy fruit and fall right in your lap.
Here's a dance under the name Juicy Fruit.
This is so sad. I'm 10 years older. I get winded, and now I'm going deaf. I can't even hear anything. It's so sad. All right. No, I already did duck, didn't I? Oh my God, I've got that disease where you can't remember things. What's it called again? What? Who? Where? CRS? Dimension? What? Oh my God, it's Jesus. I'm trying to make my way through this tomb. When I reach over and I see the beard and the hair, and well, get going, buddy. We need some wine. Those bottomless buckets of shrimp, and let's eat something. Yes?
Ask him if he can save us some money on our car insurance.
I'm coming, please. My dear old friend, Glenn. What do you have on the farm today? This is going to be good.
A hoe.
Now listen, I know we've got a little dirty here, but that's silly, because hoes do not make noise. No, they don't. I'm the chairwoman of the Orchid and Succulent Club. And when we use our hoes, they don't make noise.
They do. There's a farm, Mr. Simpson, down the road from me. He's got a farm, and on his farm is a hoe, and it makes noise.
Fine. Right there, this weird imaginary farm. Is this one of those farms where they grow concubines?
Oh no, he keeps his hoe in a haystack.
Fine. See, this woman's so bored, she's checking her manicure. What hour are we on here? Are we on a Jerry Lewis telephone? Good Lord. He'll never walk. I know, even he quit and went home. All right. What sound does it make?
Well, when he uses his hoe, he pulls the hoe out of the haystack, and if I can remember correctly, the sound the hoe makes is...
Thank you, Glenn. I didn't have it in me to do the other punchline.
It's a garden tool!
My dear old friend, it's a garden tool. All right, and on this farm there was a hoe. E-I-E-I-O. Everyone with a here and a there and a here, there, everywhere. Sorry, spit up on your bald spot there. Oh, McDonald had a farm. Everyone, E-I-E-I. It's like a choir. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, harmony. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, who's up next? Oh,
Here's a damn mic. That song went on. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for my favorite part of the hoopla. When I sing a song that I made you sing along with so many times, you were so bored. Thank God we're all here to do it again. All right. Cuticle. All right, a little slower. All right, so there's audience participation, and you're gonna do it because you paid a bunch of money to be here. Idiots. All right. Here we go. danced under that name. Here we go. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Why not take a plunge and risk it? Swim! Water's warm and there ain't no crabs. And you have a lot of fun along the shrimps and depth. In for a lark, some sauce. Okay, when you do this, don't touch your boob. All right? We are not insured at the Holiday Inn. Here we go. In for a lark, some sauce. Oh, God damn, I hit my own boob. God, 7 years and I got man boobs now. All right. In for a lark, some sauce. I really should have worked out. In for a lark, some sauce. The old shark tastes a nibble on a chocolate biscuit. Oh, swimming for the shore and the crowd will roar. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? All right, we got that. Here we go, a little faster. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Wanna take a plunge on biscuit? Swim! Water's warm and there ain't no crab. Swim! Shrimps and devils, in for a lark, some sauce. The old shark tastes a nibble on a chocolate biscuit. Oh, swimming for the shore and the crowd will roar. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? By the way, what ho is not quantitative. It's a question. So like, hey, what ho is that? No. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? All right, here we go. Faster. Hey, 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 hey. What ho, Mrs. Brisket? Boobs. Shut up, tight. Swim on the shore, the crowd will roar. Thank you.
All right, we got a hoopla! Come on up to the stage right now is the one, the only Jay Becker!
Thank you very much. You know, one of my favorite moments of the club was in the last few months, a young man by the name of Christian, who was 5 years old and watched a certain song on YouTube, far too much for a boy who was 5 years old. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Lion's Cage on YouTube and you will see the happiest moment of my life in performance. But for now, clippings? Mother, once she had a look. They're dropping himself. Mother, once she had a lovely daughter. The mother was an actress on the stage. She traveled with a group of well-trained lions. And each night she went into the lion's cage. One day the daughter had a premonition that everything that night would not go right. That day she told her mother in the kitchen, "Who wants waffles?" They're shaped like... No, they're not shaped like Mickey. We can't afford that anymore. We're building Avatar. Because no one demanded it. Seriously, I'm a nerd and I don't want Avatar. I mean, for about 2 months we were like, oh, that was awesome. Then we're like, what movie was that? Who wants waffles? Kitchen, please don't go in the lion's cage tonight. Don't go in the cage tonight, mother darling, for the lions are ferocious and may bite. And when they get their angry fits, they may tear you all to bits. So don't go in the lion's cage tonight. La, 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 la. Kids love it. The mother did not heed the daughter's warning, but to her turned and softly said, "Proo, proo."
By the way, Christian's probably 12 now and thinks it's the stupidest thing in the world. Oh my God, I just want to go on Facebook. I know! I think I ought to know what I am doing when I'm around the lions all are blue. That night while she was dancing in the lion's cage, I should have worn my push-up bra. The lions thought that they would like to eat, and as they tore the darling mother's head off, these words came back to her so pure and sweet. Don't go in the cage tonight, mother darling, for the lions are ferocious and may bite. And when they get their angry fits, they may tear off both your knees. So don't go in the lion's cage tonight. Thank you. Next up, the Queen, ladies and gentlemen. The Queen. Yes, Majesty. Yes, Majesty. Do you want Avatar? Did you want Avatar?
Does anybody want Avatar?
Star Wars, yes. I still host.
You bite your tongue. Yes, it is. Did we even get cards? I bet they're holograms. The nerd cards are holograms, and they look like Minority Report, and you can do things with them. In my world, when I am queen. All right, so this was never a hoopla song, but it did happen earlier in the evening at the welcome party, and unfortunately became oddly prophetic because it's about the years passing by a club that you love. Thank you, manicure. Once upon a time there was a tavern where we used to raise a glass or two. Remember how we'd while away the hours and dream of all the great things we would do. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose. For we were young and sure to have our way. La 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 la. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. Then the busy years went rushing by us. Some things are just Pavlovian, aren't they? We lost our starry notions along the way. If by chance I'd see you in that tavern, we'd turn to one another and we'd say, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. La 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 la. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. He changed because it makes him melodramatic. Through the door there came familiar laughter. I'm glad Satan could make it tonight. It balances everything out quite nicely. You looked my way, I heard you call my name. Yay! Fun fact, if you Google Samantha Sterling, make sure you do it with the safe search on. There's a lovely woman in adult entertainment who makes her living by that name.
I like the one with the librarian.
Oh, my friends, we're older, but no wiser. And there's a man here who can provide Budweiser for you. Just go to the 7-Eleven for it. Because in our hearts, our dreams of the Edison failing, so they go ahead and just remodel that and bring us all back and give us contracts again. So we can just go there and get a paycheck and stay up way too late and do stupid things for money are still the same. Those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. We'd sing and dance forever and a day. We'd live the life we choose, we'd fight and never lose. Those were the days. Oh yes, those were the days.
Thank you. I was very inspired by your Christmas song, and I thought, I have a little song about Christmas that I could sing too, but I'm going to need help with this.
I'll help you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Please.
Oh, thank you, Miss Gherkins.
What are they talking about? These names make no sense.
Do you want me to?
This is very easy.
Oh, okay.
Now, all I need you to do when I point you, you have to just go like this. Yee-haw! Yee-haw!
For God's sake, it's been a long night. Oh, hit me.
Oh, no, but you gotta sound like a real donkey, like this. Yee-haw! Yee-haw!
Are they hiring at the Animal Kingdom? Is it?
Oh, swell, you sound just like a donkey. Now, everybody else, you have a part in this too. Well, let's give it a try, all right? It goes like this. Hey, jiggity jig. It's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jig. The Italian Christmas donkey. That was swell. Now, everybody else, you have a part too. Your words are real easy. They're just la, la, la. Except you sing them on key. Figures, let's show them how it goes, huh? Here's the story. Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey. You'll never see him kick. When Santa visits his paisans, with Dominic he'll be, because his reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy. Hey, jiggity jig, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jig, the Italian Christmas donkey. Jingle bells around his feet and presents on his sleigh. Hey, look at the mayor's derby on top of Dominic's head. A pair of shoes for Louis and a dress for Josephine. The label on the inside says it's made in Brooklyn. Hey, jiggity jig, it's Dominic the donkey. Jiggity jig, the Italian Christmas donkey. La la la. Children sing and clap their hands, and Dominic taps his feet. They talk Italian to him, and they feed him lots of treats. Spaghetti, pepperoni, and spumoni he loves best. He eats as much as he wants, and for Santa leaves the rest. Hey, jiggity jig. It's Dominic the donkey, jiggity jig. The Italian Christmas donkey. La, 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 la. One more time. La, 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 la,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, how about that? It's hoopla! Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Marie Thompson.
All right then. So we're gonna make up another song. Someone give me a title that you want to hear a song about, or that you want to make up a title. Just give me. How about someone at this table? Give me a title.
Service dog.
Say it again.
Tank the service dog.
Tank the service dog? You guys are into animals tonight, huh? Well, this is a folk song, and I'm going to teach you the chorus now because we're all going to sing the chorus together of Tank the service dog. And the lyrics are, Tank the service dog, boy he was good. Tank the service dog like a dog should. All right, so let's all say that together. Tank the service dog, boy that he was good. Tank the service dog like a dog should. Okay, here we go. Here's the story of Tank.
I wasn't expecting to one day lose my sight, but when I fell down the stairs, it was late at night. My eyes got poked out, so I could not see. But the best little thing that could ever happen to me happened. I got Tank the service dog. Boy, that dog was good. Tank the service dog, like a dog should. Very good. You even knew the melody better than I did. Well, years went by and I still couldn't see. My lids were closed real tight. It was like they had some glue. Well, all right. But whenever I put my hand down, my dog was there. He was always around and I loved him. He was Tank the service dog. Here we go again. Tank the service dog. Boy, that dog was good. Tank the service dog, like a dog should. That's very good, everybody. But then, one day I came home from work. The Tank wasn't there. Even for a blind person who was brave, it was a scare. I opened the door because I knew how to do it, and he didn't come a running. And I fell over him before he passed away. I tried giving him CPR, but I was pushing on the wrong end. It's okay, even if he were alive, he would have forgiven me. He was my friend. No matter what I pushed and I tried mouth to mouth, even though I didn't go up north, I didn't sound in the south. My dog was gone. He was Tank the service dog. Boy, that dog was good. Tank the service dog, like a dog. One more time, he was Tank the service dog. Oh God, that dog was good. I can see, like a real dog should. Thank you, Tank. Good story.
And remember, we're still taking donations to the Better Life Pet Rescue. Don't let this happen to you. Huh? What's that? Oh, yes, I'm sorry, of course. Jim, I haven't mentioned what your charity is. Please, tell us about your charity.
Actors!
There's none of them here.
It's actually the Dravet syndrome. It's
form of epilepsy. And my niece, who is now she's about 5.5 years old, and she's had she's had a little over 200 seizures. And right now, and there's no cure, she's on medication, and if she can go 20 days without a seizure, they consider it, really great. Give Kids the World brought their whole family down from Minnesota, where they live, down this past October, and we got to see them. Otherwise, they can't leave home. I mean, the parents can't even go out to eat without fear of can't leave the kid with a babysitter, because if she goes into a seizure, it's a grand mal seizure where she's laying out stiff, with foam coming out of her mouth and stuff, and it's just so sad that that's my charity. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up to the stage Mr. John Connon. Get up here. Push it up. Push it up. Get back there and push it up. You shut up right now, Ian.
What?
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi. I would like to share. I can't put this thing in it.
Squeeze it harder.
Push. Harder. Harder. That was as hard as I could do it. Okay.
That's why you're single.
I'm losing concentration. I would like to share with you all now a song that I learned back when I was a child, back in Sandusky, Ohio. Go Buckeyes! And we used to have career day in our elementary school, and folks from around the community used to come and do little presentations to us kids about what they did for a living. And so I would like to share with all of you the song that our town postman brought in. Do we have any postal workers in the audience? That guy right there? Excellent, excellent. Well, this song, sir, it goes out to you. And it goes something like this. I am happy, I am gay, sometimes I come twice a day. I'm your mailman. Grab your knockers, ring your bell, don't you think I'm sort of swell? I'm your mailman. I can come in any sort of weather, 'cause I have a sack that's made of leather. I don't care for keys or locks, I'll just stick it in your box. I'm your mailman. Take it away, hangnail. This is really hard to do without tap shoes. Just seriously. I did that right. I can come in any sort of weather, 'cause I have a sack that's made of leather. I don't care for keys or locks, I'll just stick it in your box. I'm your mailman. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we'd like to take a couple of minutes, and I would like to turn the microphone over to the man who, with this evening, would not have been possible. The man who put this together with his crew. They did such a fantastic job, but his leadership made sure that this was able to become a reality this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rob Crosscreed.
Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers. As all of you know, we all love the club, and some of us just loved it too much to let it go. So we're going to keep on doing this. those of you that have a real appreciation for the theme tonight should know what's coming next. We plumbed the deepest oceans, so next year you can probably figure out what the theme will be if you really think about it. There's some thank yous that have to be made at this point, and I'm honored to be here to make them. First of all, I want to thank all the hardworking staff at Holiday Inn that put this on for us. Brenda and Josue and Jose, and that includes Billy, our head of security. It includes Azil, all those fellows that put this on. Thank you so much. Great job. You too, Jessica. But most importantly, the people that have worked so hard to put this together. I'd like to bring them up front here, at least for a second, if those of you that are available. The board of Adventures in Charity. I want to talk just for a second about what they did. First of all, Emily Murphy, who's coming up here with the drawing. Brand new lucky dog, you right? Emily has worked extremely hard on putting together all the creative things in the back of the room. They've worked weeks and weeks and spent an awful lot of time, and we appreciate you so much for doing that. And those of you that have the platinum swag, those lovely glasses that have the Adventurers Club theme, that was hand done by Graham and Emily. By Emily. By Graham's mold making skills and Emily's sculpting skills. So big hand for that. At the very front here, Miss Mandy Schroyer, our stage manager. Extremely hard getting this all put together. Somewhere in the back, we got Ian Janosko coming up front, playing Merry Little Pleasure as only he can. We also should have somewhere Sean Tucker.
Oh, brother! Yay!
Some of you know the president of the crew, along with his sidekick, the one and only Jason Shuck. And Tuck Shack, and we are so glad to have them here as well. Graham Murphy is he was the cast member director last year, and he is cast member director emeritus this year. So thanks to Graham Murphy for all his work. Then the person who made that fantastic statue of Zeus out front, the one and only lovely Tika Chu. The actors are right. These lights are blinding. Come on up, big hand for Tika. And let's see, who do we have left? Oh, Jason's not here. All right.
Cal.
Jason's at the bar. So, there is one more person I have to thank, and that's the person who's put up with my foibles all these many years and lets me keep doing this, and that's my lovely wife, Mindy. And if you want to know how I landed her, what can I say? I'm Irish, I'm lucky. So, without any further ado, we've got some winners here to talk about. Let's give the board one more big hand as they exit the stage. So we can get the entertainers on. Ladies first, Steve. All of them except the lovely Emily, who's going to be helping with the drawing. The 50-50 prize, or split the pot to the winner, will be $231. And we need
You don't get to keep the bucket.
You don't get the bucket. You just get the money out. Let's get Hank to draw. Hank, would you reach in and grab one ticket, please?
There's a lot in there. Here, look.
Stir around, get one from the bottom.
Get in there.
One and only one ticket.
Really deep. Get it.
Pull your numbers out, take a look. Oh!
Get it.
Here we go. I won't repeat it.
There it is.
Okay. It's a red ticket. And the last four numbers are 8, 7, 7, 8.
There you go.
8, 7, 7, 8. Bring it up, let's verify it.
You sunk my battleship.
Who is our winner? Our winner is rapidly advancing to the stage. Our winner is slowly advancing to the stage.
There you go.
8878.
Our winner is coming up to the stage. Let's give him or her a big hand. We need to see your ticket.
What's the last 5 numbers?
The last 5 numbers. The last 5 numbers are 78778.
Yep.
Bring it up. Tell you what, once you take the money out. All right, big hands for whoever won. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We have our winner racing to the stage with the winning ticket. We have a bingo. Take your money and run, honey. Thank you so much. That was fun. And now, folks, we have the total from the auction and the 50-50 raised, in addition to everything else, will put us, for this evening, once again over the $10,000 mark. And thank all of you for participating. And now, the 3 top charities. Number 3 getting an extra 5%. 70% gets split between all 7 charities. And then these top 3 charities, the third one will get an extra 5% of the money, and that will be the Haven of Hope, Central Florida Haven of Hope. In second, getting an extra 10%, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation. And finally, for the 3rd year in a row, our winner, taking home an extra 15%, is the Better Life Pet Rescue. And the final thank you goes out to those fabulous entertainers from the Adventurers Club and Comedy Warehouse, who are going to take us home, I think, in a rousing fashion. Let's give them a big hand.
I can't lead this. There's no way I can lead this. I need Sheila up here. There's no way I can do this any justice. I don't care. Take her up and get her up here. Where's she at? Come on, she. What, she left? Seriously, she left? Are you kidding?
I got 5 minutes of dick jokes. I can do it.
All right. Meghan.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. How I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. I got one for me. The Adventurers Club, it has some fans. They come in groups, they come in herds. But with my geek cred, I will rule them, because I've been pronounced the queen of the nerds. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. How I wanna be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Get up here, Pinder.
Crap, I forgot we were doing this part. It's been fun. It's been great. And I wanna say one thing. I really love you people, but my phone is starting to ring.
We can't afford power to 2 mics. What is this? It's like closing all over again. Wait, why don't you stay here? Why don't you make friends? No, it's not on.
My mom.
They turned it on for him? Really? I should have been.
I think I have one.
Oh, he'll turn it on for you.
Is it on? This one's for all of you. All of you. You're sweet as honey. And I'm so glad you came tonight. Because we raised
raise so much money for all the charities, and that is right. Thank you so much. Go marching in, when the saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number when the saints go marching in.
Some words are hard to say, like goodbye. But I want to say to each and every one of you tonight, thank you so much for doing what you do and for keeping the club alive. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
And fight, but we're really glad that you're here, cause we're going on all night.
It's been fun, but it's been long, so go home, I don't want to push. But hey, we'll see you next year, and until then, Congaloosh!
So much in, how I wanna be in that number. When the saints go one more time, sing it up. When the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I wanna be in that number.
Enjoy the rest of your night here at Pleasure Island and Congaloosh.
And that's exactly right. We need everybody to please exit. If you got VIP passes, we'll be coming back in about 5 minutes. But everyone, right now, please exit the back doors. I do have the auction winners, but if you want to know, if you think you're in the running for it, come see me first. I'll be right out there by the doorway. Everybody, please exit right now. Thank you.